When you say object, I get so erect. Ryu Ichi Naruhodo, you are giving me unnecessary feels tonight. It's hard to let it go. Welcome, everyone.
Hey, thanks for the super special awesome gift.
I apologize, I'm not a toilet today. A lot of people thought I should be a PNG tuber of a toilet in honor of being...
Everyone's so offended.
Oh, by my song?
No,
by the fact that you're not
by
a
you not being a toilet.
Oh, I do apologize about the lack of toilet PNG. Hi, it's me, Martin, also known as Little Karibo. We're going to be playing some Ace Attorney Investigations 2. But before I go ahead and introduce people and say thank you for the many kind donations and follows and bits, I want to say it's been a year. We've been doing this for over a year now. Over a whole year at least of Ace Attorney playing, and it has been a tremendous ride, and here's to many more years to come.
Yay!
Yeah.
I imagine we'll spend at least another year playing these games.
I mean, we've gotten through about 4.5-ish.
We've gone through,
A little more than half. So
4.5. It's pretty impressive. All right, really quickly, Chucky Bear 1020, thank you for the follow. Trainer Zenjamin, thank you for the follow. Kim Yato 6, thank you for following. Roberto Carlos Ordaz, thank you for following. Azul Magia, thank you for the 5 bits. I can't believe Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced and it's not even the heat death of the universe yet. I mean,
but it'll be the heat death of the universe when it actually gets released.
That was just Namura sending a solid dick pic.
Yeah.
There's no follow through.
We've been putting so much energy into a new Phoenix Wright announcement, and we ended up accidentally summoning the new Kingdom Hearts.
God damn it.
Back to the drawing board.
Manifest the wrong series.
Whoops. Pichu Spartan 116, thank you for gifting 10 subs to Oversolar, to Mizra, or MZYRA, Mizra, Black Strategy, Fishcapades, DevCon Play Stuff, Tabino, hello! To the Ninjurai, to Mothkid, to Matenko, and Mithra Anatar. Thank you so much, Pichu Spartan 116, for gifting so many subs. That's very cool. We did indeed manifest the wrong spiky-haired character. And Sonic 2 came out as well, so we manifested the wrong blue spiky-haired character fighting the wrong red guy. The Hedgie, thank you for following. Ryu Kurika, thank you for the 5 bits. Woo! The Azul Magia, thank you for the 5 bits. But I think you'd like the Bravely games, maybe, possibly iffy on Ring a Bell. You'd all hate Juliana, though, most certainly. Yeah, you were recommending the Bravely default games. We would have fun snarking at the story and enjoy the combat system. There is a fair bit of haha, women be shopping. Okay.
Gas ain't free.
I have always heard Bravely Default is good, though. And I think the art's by the same guy who did Final Fantasy Tactics, so...
It would surprise me.
I'm into the art, at least.
Cutesy faces.
The only thing, this is going to be TMI, but the only memory I have of Bravely Default is when I went to get my vasectomy, the person who was waiting for me outside the hospital thing was playing Bravely Default.
Brings back memories.
Yes.
My swimmers are gone.
I had to be bravely defaulted. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. I might have to leave early today because we got ourselves a luxury box at the Portland Trail Blazers game tonight.
Fancy.
Blazed. And Volcanic Ashup, thank you for the 20 bits. I'd recommend the Bravely Default games, but you'd have to play them on Citra, and Citra's an absolute disaster of an emulator. Oh, you're talking about streaming it. I see. Bravely Default 2 is on Switch and PC, but it's not by the same directors, and it kind of suffers as a result. It's a bit of a shame, really. Bravely of a sect. Okay, Oversolar. And Volcanic, thank you for the PS Kingdom Farts. That sums it up. I think that's... And speaking of summing things up...
You hear me fart.
It's not an if, it's a when.
Yeah.
It's already happened many times today.
All right, so we're in a giggly mood. We are all, of course, joined by, speaking of summing things up, and the bravest of defaults, we are, of course, joined by the lovely, the beautiful, the handsome Marin Miller. Hi, Marin.
Oh, hello, everyone.
You have a song for us.
Miller. I do. I have a song because we didn't think of anything, or rather, all of us were so fucking exhausted by
Yeah.
the state of the world that we did not have the spoons to be able to summon a toilet or, do something special. So I'm going to make up a song right now. So here we go. It's Phoenix Wright, and he is here. It's been a year, and he's so queer. He loves to suck Miles Edgeworth off. We got some soup, and we got Martin, and we got Marin too, but we are too horny for you. It's Phoenix Wright. Disaster, bisexual. He is a lawyer, and we are now all lawyers because we have all passed the bar by playing every Phoenix Wright game in the world. And
Everyone.
soon, he's gonna be not a lawyer anymore.
Spoilers at the end.
Is that just how it ends?
Yes, yes, it is.
It's perfect. Brilliant.
Anyway,
Have to applaud you for
Marin Miller here to stay with your gay update.
that. Oh,
We watched. We got a chat going yesterday, a separate Discord. We have a Splinter Cell group known as the Saturday Horsecock with the Boys. It's an inside joke that spiraled out. But anyway, for those of you who don't, I just saw Martin's face. For those of you who don't know,
don't.
the spring anime season has started, and we are 2 weeks in, and
Martin's face just hasn't changed.
So yeah, so second episode of the season is out now of pretty much any anime, and the one we started
Every
watching,
anime that was ever released. The
well,
second
every anime.
episode is out now.
Well, every anime this season, yeah, we're at the end of the week. So, yes. That's how it works. That's why they have 12 episodes, is because
Every
they have those
anime.
quarters. Anyway, the fanfare of adolescence is horse jockey sports anime.
Oh, okay, this
And also their
explains.
children.
Yes.
Yes.
And they're children. So it's an incredibly inappropriate joke. But
Yeah.
And also a really weird concept for an anime.
It is a really weird concept, because why the fuck would these 16-year-olds first of all, why does a high school for jockeys exist? I don't understand.
There's like 10 students at the whole school.
Yeah, and also physically, it does not make sense, because all of those children are maturing still. Their bodies have not fully developed entirely, so why, and jockeys need to be short and small. That's just,
yeah.
and they even, so it doesn't make any sense to me as to why you would still have physically developing individuals training to be a jockey. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Anyway, but yeah, so it's a gay show. It's cute. There's this kid who wants to be an idol. The main character wants to be an idol, and he quits because he wants to be a jockey.
See, the thing is, when you're thinking about it, it's like, okay, it's weird. But then you say it out loud, and you're just like,
It's even
great.
weirder. But we're here for a good time. We're not here to question the reality of the sports anime.
You've just been doing that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that is as far as the questioning goes. I don't even expect an answer. I'm just here. I'm watching. But yeah, it's cute, and it does seem like it's gonna be a gay romance, because in the first episode they have a scene where the two main characters interact, and these cherry blossoms come out of nowhere, and this romantic music swell happens, and and then in the second episode they're starting to get to know each other. So I'm ready for a new gay anime.
And then one kid shows another kid his dick, and then the kid passes out.
Yeah,
because he saw a dick.
Yeah, kid was like, "Hey, look at my dick," and then the other kid passed out and was like, "Oh no, I passed out." I don't understand it at all, but whatever. I'm here. I'll give it a chance. But we also finished Our Flag Means Death, and it was really good.
Yeah. We won't say spoilers, but it was very cute.
It was very cute.
Martin, you good?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if describing the show is so triggering.
It's just a lot of information. All right, and we're also joined. We're also
We
joined.
were also assaulted by this information yesterday.
Yeah, no, that's not a joke. That's not a joke.
Yeah.
We weren't joking. That literally happened in the show. So that's
Oh.
not me making something up.
I've got to activate
Like
the
he
redeems.
literally, yeah. Anyway.
Sorry. We're also joined by our fantastic friend. They've been brewing for a whole year now. Is that what you do with soup? Do you brew it?
No, you see.
Wait,
simmer
Rune Factory has gay marriage now?
I've never played a Rune Factory.
Me neither. That's why I'm like, what? Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
We're also joined. What does soup do?
Soupy is our Phoenix Wright.
Complain mostly.
Yes, that. But our Phoenix Wright
simmer
expert.
soup.
There you go.
You don't brew soup. You simmer soup.
Soupy's been simmering for a good year now with us, and it has been the most delicious experience. Delightful, of course. At Sologria, thank you for bonking Marin. I do appreciate it. The SDOGG. Hi, Soup. Soupy.
Hi, everybody. I guess I'm a perpetual soup now.
Yeah.
Perpetual soup machine. Ah. Thank you, Stolas, for bringing out the Proto Badger and cleansing our palate of all the horror that came before it. How are you doing, Soupy?
I'm doing all right. I'm the only one who doesn't have a song prepared, though.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Just everybody eat some soup today for me.
It is a
Everybody
bit of
eat some
an overstatement to say that my song was prepared. Volcanic, thank you for the 10 bits. Bruce Wayne going into the biological science. Hang on. I had to dance. Thank you, Nanny Wendy, for getting my groove on. Volcanic, Bruce Wayne going into the biological sciences instead of crime fighting Vatman.
What do you want, baby boy?
Is that because of VATs? Rock Rulin, thank you for the 10 bits. According to a rumor that I just now made up, if you say peg...
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Vampiro, thank you for cashing in the iced tea. If you say peg it, not only does it mean you're gay, according to iced tea, into a mirror 3 times, Marin will suddenly appear and explain the plot of the pegging cinematic universe to you in extremely graphic detail. I don't think you even need to say that stuff.
I have a new favorite line.
Yeah, you
I
just
have a new
say
favorite
X
line.
words that might start with P, and Marin's just going to assume that you're going to say pegging. It just shows
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Here's my favorite line. Ready? Fuck him. I didn't tell you to take off your suit. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Read my porn, y'all. It's gonna be good.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Speaking of Rune Factory, my character, which is the boy, is now romantic friends with both Riker and Martin. Yes, I had to try it. Okay, very cool, very cool. I do want to jump into a Rune Factory game. I played the first one it came out, and I was like, this is what I wanted out of Harvest Moon, eventually.
Yeah. I love Stardew Valley and stuff like that. It's just that I never actually like branched out to Rune Factory because at the time my itch was scratched. But now my itch is not scratched.
Yeah. Voided Up, thank you for the bit. I thought Vatman is when Bruce Wayne moves to the UK and becomes Chancellor of the Exchequer. That's what I was thinking. VAT man. All right.
Value added tax man.
Well, I mean, I'm like, shall we play the game? But since it's been a year, do we want to share any of our favorite memories of the past year of playing Ace Attorney streams? I myself really enjoyed getting to play Pearls. I thought that was a lot of fun. People seem to really enjoy my take on Pearls. I raided Sean Chiplock yesterday after my Death Stranding stream, and they were doing a live dub of Trials and Tribulations, I think. And Pearls...
I was saying, wow.
And Pearls was on screen, and there was an actual appropriate voice being used for the character, and I was like, that doesn't seem right.
that voice doesn't seem right for a baby killing machine.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
she should be like this.
I'm gonna be honest, like the voices that we have are probably now more prominent than like the Phoenix Wrong videos that I used to watch.
Oh, Phoenix is no longer Weird Al.
Phoenix is no longer Weird Al, he's you.
Oh.
Aww.
No, that's wonderful.
I mean, I obviously I feel like I'm really lucky that I get to play Miles, even though it's in like a stupid sort of situation like this, and even though like I zone out half the time when I'm speaking anyway. But and I'm, maybe taking it seriously about 50% of the time. But I still like, especially now when he's like going through this big moment of development. Like, I really love Phoenix. Like, whenever Soupy and I, when we were younger, it was very much like Soupy was all about Phoenix and I was all about Miles. So like, I love that I get to be Miles.
Yeah. What about you, Soupy? Any memories stick out?
I mean, I feel like the one clip specifically that I feel like I always go back to is the one where like we keep doing that he's gonna fucking do it thing.
Yeah.
I feel like
that was good.
I'm gonna
like,
fucking do it.
That was just like such a good moment of us just like, teaming together on that without having like said anything about it beforehand. It just like all came together.
It was
The
a good
camaraderie.
And I feel like
definitely a
it's
high
only
point.
been up since from there.
Yeah. I really appreciate not only playing these games with you, but if you've seen smoke in my webcam, it's because I've got incense burning. I do apologize.
Because he's blazing it up.
I am blazing it up. I think the most valuable thing that I'll take from these streams and from just playing together for the last year was the fact that I got to be closer friends with Soupy, because I've obviously known Marin a long time, and Marin is Soupy's old friend, but like I didn't really know Soupy until we really started doing this on a regular basis. I know we played Final Fantasy 14, but I feel like actually sitting down and playing together every so often on stream has given me the chance to really get closer, and it's been a very, very rewarding and wonderful experience, Soupy.
I agree. It's been very lovely. And it's nice just to have like, a thing that we all sit down to do a couple times a week every week.
Yeah. I was telling him like, because we skipped a week ago because we were having a hard day emotionally and like anyway, but I kind of did not realize like how much this had become sort of integral to my mental health.
Yeah, right.
Like, so I was like,
Arikios, don't spam the clips if you can help it, but I've given you permission for 60 seconds at least.
But yeah, so like, I mean, it's just been like a relief to know that like I have an excuse to sit down and spend time with something that I really like, with people that I really like, and we get to make jokes, and like we have jokes that we've been making for a year now. So, like I don't know, it's something really special about that.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. I would suggest Rune Factory 5. I've been playing it and I'm enjoying it highly. Well, thank you so much for the recommendation, Derek. Volcanic, thank you for the 10 bits. Recommending to all three of you the works by, I'm going to do my best, Kotaro Uchikoshi. He's most famous for the Zero Escape games and AI, the Somnium Files. I can never tell if it's AI or Al. I'm going to say it's not Al.
AI.
I'm pretty sure it's AI.
Yeah.
Al! But he was also behind some cult classics like Ever 17. Dude's career started out doing graphics for Pepsi Man. Check his stuff out. Oh. Not familiar with Pepsi Man. I've heard tell of that. But I have actually. I own like all the games you're talking about except for Ever 17. I just haven't sat down and played them. That's my bad.
I do really like Zero Escape. It's just there's some very like dark things in it is the thing.
Right.
Oh, I forgot about Godot's auto-tune. That was good too. All the voice mods. Oh, that was a fun time.
Funny.
And
also, one of my favorite memories is like the first time we see Lang, and Marin's just like waiting for Lang's first line.
And you got mad.
Disappointment. It wasn't. It was like I physically felt the heartbreak. I was like, "This is what I'm sexually attracted to." Oh,
It's just like real life. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. My favorite memory of these cases is LK's Mo the Clown voice from the circus case, and how you guys made that case fun.
And his subsequent divorce to Bikini.
His divorce to her.
Yeah, divorce from her. I don't know. The divorce happened to them.
Another thing I love is like jokes that like, when I was playing these games like 10 years ago, like I never like things I just never would have thought of at the time.
Yeah.
Like Bikini being a huge fan of Habit Children was super funny.
Why was it? Because she said dilly dally, right?
Yeah.
She said the dilly dally shilly shally line.
That's right.
But then, like, I feel like that built off of Mo's favorite movie being Pokemon the first movie, and then they divorced because they couldn't agree.
Yeah.
And then another one was calling Sheena to be. It was
Yes.
just like,
To be.
that would not have been a thing at the time.
Nope.
Like when I was first playing this. So that was super funny.
The Void
Oh my
Adept, thank you for
God,
the
and,
bit. Oh, go on.
having just more understanding and context of like the emotions behind the lines, and like, I mean, when I was a kid, I probably would have heard "It's Raining in My Heart" and been like, Phoenix, I know, right? But nowadays,
But now
as
we're
an
just like, oh, you're dumb, and I like
yeah,
that.
you're this cute, heartbroken little boy, and I want to peg you.
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely a different experience playing it being younger than the characters, and then playing it being a lot older than the characters.
Definitely, yeah. It's been a very interesting revisiting, that's for sure.
The Void Adept, thank you for the bit. LK is on fire. No, seriously, he is on fire. I assume because of the smoke. He is in sunlight. He played too much Vampire the Masquerade and got bit by a Ravnos. What is a Ravnos?
Blah. One of the breeds of vampires.
Is
I
that
assume.
right?
Well, they've got like the Malkavians, and they've got like they have different classes of vampire, and
Never
those
heard of 'em.
affect like
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
yeah,
There's a clan.
because
Yeah.
it affects like your gameplay stats. It started as a tabletop game. So like the reason why I chose a Malkavian was because I wanted that quirk, and my quirk was I could only suck blood through the dick.
This came up yesterday in my Death Stranding stream as well somehow. We were talking about
Damn it!
what vampires drink because Vampiro, I don't know if they show up to this Phoenix Wright streams, but Vampiro was talking about how he wanted Beyond Blood, which is vegetable blood. And I was like, wow, can vampires survive off of that? And someone in the chat said, well, they can survive off milk. And I was like, what?
Really?
And then they explained
Wow,
that it
I didn't know that.
they explained that it depends on the media, which makes me think that it's from a specific kind of vampire media.
Yes,
But it's a
that's
bodily
what I'm like.
fluid.
Definitely not Twilight.
Those guys ain't having any milk.
Yeah.
Although they have very strong bones. That's the crazy thing. One thing that people, having watched the Twilight movies now, one detail people didn't talk about. People talk about the sparkling, but their bodies are like statues. They're made of they're basically stone. So to defeat them, you have to tear them limb from limb, which means you have to break a statue, basically. I think that's kind of an interesting gimmick. I don't think
So vampires are vulnerable to baseball bats, is what I'm hearing.
Sledgehammers.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So just go find
thanks for
Robert
the super
Pattinson and
special awesome
get him a little
gift.
smack with a baseball.
Oh, The Sims has Beyond Blood. Okay.
I don't know. I would do that to maybe like some of the other vampires, but I don't know if I would do that to
thanks
Robert
for the
Pattinson
super
because
special
I feel
awesome
like he's been
gift.
through a lot.
He's been through a
That's
lot.
true. He had to go through Twilight.
And then and then he did Tenet, so I think I forgive him for that.
Hey,
Oh,
thanks for the
but
super
he was
special
gay in
awesome
Tenet,
gift.
so like I think he had fun.
Stop calling it Tenant.
Oh yeah, totally.
Tenet.
All right, the
It's not a
Azalmagia.
palindrome if it's
Hey,
Tenet.
thanks for the super
Exactly.
special awesome gift.
The Azalmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. We've got a few messages here. I'll try and get through them. Sorry. The Azalmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. Zero Escape is the kind of game where you're trying to escape from a death
Hey,
trap, but
thanks
suddenly
for the
someone in your
super
group starts
special
talking about
awesome
whether or not the
gift.
Titanic was sunk by ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a life or death situation, but then people just they just stop you to just talk about shit.
Because they're all 14.
They're not all 14.
Okay, not all of them. Okay, there are a couple adults, but there are still 14-year-olds.
Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 5 bits. The auto-tuning of the third game. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Also, the main character of the first Zero Escape game is in the third Zero Escape game. So there's like the second one is kind of like a different era, I guess, maybe. It's hard to explain. But in the third game, he's really bisexual.
Ooh.
Wait, where's
Also,
the
fun
vamp?
fact.
Oh, there it is.
The
It's
last
because he's
callback
bisexual.
I had from Bang Zoom was her AI, the Somnium Files. And
Oh,
I
really?
did not book it, yeah.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. And one more thing, we cannot forget Phoenix's harsh judging of art. That was one of the first recurring
Oh yeah, that
gags
was
we
super
had.
funny. Yeah.
He hasn't been around enough these days to comment on art, so... Although that painting did come back very recently.
Yeah.
Vampiro.
Oh yeah, it was in the background.
Vampiro, Dwarf Star says, just got here and the first thing I see is Lotta. I hate it here.
Y'all are so mean to Lotta.
People hate
I
Lana.
love her.
Vampiro,
love
thank you
her.
for the 5 gift subs to D20 Odyssey. I was just talking about you, and I was like, where's Vampiro? Are they here? Thank you for gifting subs to D20 Odyssey, or D20 Dissy even. Alyssa White, Athos2777, Seraph Fall 1, and Roto Ryu. And Alyssa White, happy birthday, by the way. Thank you for joining us on the stream for your birthday. Volcanic Ash Soap, thank you for the 10 bits. Horny vampires are also into sewing, I hear. That's why they're so satisfied with seam mends. Oh, right. I was like, what's the vampire connection? Then I realized, horny vampire. I get it.
The keyword.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Also, one more thing I also remember when Pearls laid out Phoenix with a punch. Yes.
Yep.
Ninja Warlord, thank you
Good
for the 5.
times.
That was a good time. Phoenix probably doesn't remember it himself. Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 5 bits. Isn't the main character from 999 in all 3 games? I'll forget that by the time we end up playing it.
Yeah, maybe we should play Zero Escape next. Sounds like a logical.
We were going to
next-
play
Well-
Final Fantasy.
Oh, that's right. But we
There are
also
things
have
I
to play
warn
Murder by
Zero
Numbers.
Escape first.
Huh?
I have things to warn you about Zero Escape first, so
Okay, cool.
Suicide.
that'll be to decide later. What's that?
Okay.
Has it got suicide in it?
Yeah.
That might be a bit
yeah.
much. We'll have
For
to
streaming,
we'll have to talk about
We
that.
have to voice it,
I
yeah.
can explain the context to you.
Okay. All right. Well, we've been chatting for a good 30 minutes, and that's okay. It's our year anniversary. I feel like we're justified.
Yeah, we earned it. Also,
Yeah.
E-Man asked a good question. Who do we hate the most in this series so far?
Larry. No, you know
Yeah,
what?
Larry's.
Post game 2, Larry.
Really?
Game
I
2,
just hate
game
Larry in
1
general.
and 2, Larry was tolerable. He was just the idiot, and he wasn't
Well,
that
he was
involved.
tolerable in game 2 because he wasn't there.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, probably Larry.
Also, old bag.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Old Bag, but I'm trying to think. Ooh, I really hated that Victor guy. The old guy.
Oh yeah, he sucks. He sucks
Hate
so bad.
Oh,
Hated
the
him.
Scar
Also,
guy?
No,
the guy with the
the
big
old
nose,
guy.
the drunk guy from the Trebien case.
Oh,
the one
fuck that
that
guy.
Yeah.
Sexually harassed
Fuck
Maya.
that
Yeah,
guy.
not a fan. Literally dropped the voice because I hated him so much. Who else do I fucking hate? Godot is stupid. Like he's
I
hot.
hate Godot. I hate him
like-
so much.
In Fuck, Marry, Kill, I'd definitely fuck
Okay.
him, but that would be it.
Here's the thing for me is that even I don't think Godot's hot, but even if he was, he's not like even in like the top 10 list of hottest lawyers in these games.
That's fair. Now that we have such
So-
a breadth of lawyers.
Yeah. Probably
Um,
not even top 10 hottest prosecutors.
Wow. That is quite the claim. Oh, do we even know 10 prosecutors?
There's the great Ace Attorney Prosecutor. There is... Oh my god, would
Yeah.
you consider... Where would you put Payne on that list?
Oh.
Is Payne the only one below Godot?
Godot tops him.
I mean, see, there's also Manfred von Karma, who I have to, I'd have to really think about that one.
Yeah, because like Manfred von Karma, like he could have been a looker. You know, he dresses well.
Yeah.
But there's all
He's-
that
he's
baggage.
Absolutely reprehensible. There is the baggage. Yeah.
Void Adept, thank you
But
for...
we're not talking about their person. We're talking about their shit.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's also a big, there's a difference between hot and fuckable as well.
I don't want to fuck a painting. Respect the game.
The Void Adept, thank you for the bit. I'm just thinking how long I'm going to wait until I get my 10% cut of all Marin's fanfiction that occurs in the judge's pulpit.
I gotta finish writing the pegging cinematic. Well, okay, so the judge's pulpit probably will be part of the pegging cinematic universe, but I gotta finish writing the first installment. That's Thanos' glove. This is just we're getting the first stone.
And Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 minutes. Do you guys plan to play Final Fantasy VII? I mean, if we're going to play all the Final Fantasies, which is, I think, what I would like to do, it's ambitious, obviously, but
I don't see how we couldn't play Final Fantasy
yeah,
VII.
I feel like
honest.
that would be appropriate. And I would like to play the OG, not the remake.
Oh, totally,
Yeah.
100%.
Azulmagia.
Yeah.
Hmm?
So not at all the remake?
I mean, the thing is that,
'Cause
that's
that's another thing we have to ask.
that's a series that
I
hasn't
still
even.
haven't played it,
Yeah, that is
or I haven't finished it at least.
that's an offshoot that hasn't even finished telling its story yet.
Yeah.
So
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
Here's the problem: if we're going to be playing side games, are we going to be playing all the Final Fantasy VII side games?
Yeah,
Oh my
Because that's a
God.
fuckload of them,
no.
and
We
I
will-
don't think I could handle that.
We will have to have a committee meeting behind the scenes to determine what the definition of a Final Fantasy game is. Final Fantasy
And
Tactics.
I think
I think mainline plus tactics.
I think each of us should have one ability to veto a game if we're having too much trouble with it or something. Because
Sure.
I don't
agree
know
on
how
that,
if we're
yeah.
going to finish Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2. I don't know if we're going
Yeah.
to do that.
Right.
And I never played the original 2, 3, 5
Yeah.
Yeah, I
myself.
didn't play anything. I've played 8 and 7, and then I played 9 with
You
with
did,
the
yes.
group and
Yeah.
part of 6.
A lot of people want us to
4 and 6
veto
are really good.
Final Fantasy 7.
No.
Wow.
Azulmagia. Thank you for the 5 bits. Larry and Old Bag were both tolerable in the first game, but then someone figured out they could just make them 20 times more annoying, and that just stuck. Similarly, the judge became dumber over time. And Volcanic, thank you for the 10 bits. Worst character, easy. Polly the parrot. We couldn't get any information out of them until they hit the stand. Most uncooperative witness ever. 0 out of 10.
asshole.
Can we do a watch party of Advent Children?
Gotta do that. Gotta do that.
We have to invite special guest Rochelle. she's our like Advent Children buddy because like she used to watch it every week in college with her friend and they just rip it.
So
I like that.
I really feel like we should do that sooner rather than later.
I keep getting more bit messages. I do apologize.
No worries. All
good.
I'm just going to get through them real quick and then we'll start playing because otherwise we're going to get an hour in and we won't have touched the game. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Thank you for the 10 bits. I hate to say it, but my hated characters are 1, Justine Courtney. She seems suspicious as heck, always trying to revoke our badge for almost no reason.
That's
and,
fair.
And the kidnapper-like characters. Oh, you're fine.
Oh.
The Azulmagia, thank you for the bit. Play Final Fantasy 9. That is my favorite, and that is the one that I would mostly want to play. But obviously, we're not gonna prioritize my fave. Demon Cross, thank you for the 5 bits. Wow, crazy that Tactics is actually a mainline game. You definitely 100% should play that one.
It's definitely 100% a mainline game. Also the best one.
Hell yeah.
That is a fact.
Maybe we should just play each other's favorite Final Fantasies or something, because then we're playing.
That'd be fun.
Imagine just playing all 3 Final Fantasy 13s. Are we wanting to do that really?
Okay,
No.
yeah, we could definitely not play Final Fantasy 13, but I also would
I would have to veto 10.
Oh, okay. Cause yeah, I was gonna say like I am interested in checking out at least starting to check out Final Fantasy 1 and 2, like at least seeing if it catches the interest and then moving on if it doesn't, you know. But like I've played Final Fantasy 8 like 3 times at this point, and I would like I haven't played 10, but if you don't want to play 10, then I'm not gonna say we should play 10. You know, like that's fine.
I'm sad
maybe
because that means no
12.
10 too.
But like 12, I haven't played 12, and I do like Balthier, but I fucking hate Vaughn. And if I don't have to sit through by myself and deal with Vaughn, I don't want to. You know?
Captain Bosch from Dalmasca. Volcanic Ashup, thank you for the 10 bits. I'll give you another 10,000 bits if you veto 7.
I'll give 15
Ooh.
to play 7 twice.
Oh, well, that cancels it out, unfortunately.
Donkey.
Ryu Kurika, thank you for the 5 bits. FF6 is my favorite of all time.
It's really good.
FF6
It's so
was
good.
good. Yeah, we played most of it, right, Marin?
Did we play most of it? I thought we got through like half of it.
I don't know.
Yeah, we started it, but that was it.
All right. Well, that was Soupy saying that they would bid 15
Yeah.
Volcanic. Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 10 bits. If we play Final Fantasy games, it may last 10 years. That's the concern I have.
True.
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
the
We
problem.
might have to narrow it down. We might have to narrow it down to like 5 Final Fantasy games that we all want to play or something. All right. So let's jump into the Ace Attorney Investigations 2 game. Let me get the audio playing real quick.
Oh, also, I do want to point out somebody said that, like, say what you will about Pain, but he hasn't done anything, like, terrible. And I just want to say, wait till Shadowbringers.
Really?
Yeah, he's
Really?
kind of gross in Ace Attorney 7, yeah.
Oh,
disgusting.
they waited that long to reveal that he's terrible?
I
You
mean,
mean
like,
Ace Attorney
he's-
6? We don't have Ace Attorney 7, Marin. That's
I'm trying
I'm
to
in pain.
manifest it. But no, yes, Ace Attorney 6. But I mean, he shows that he's a slimy little weasel in the other games. But like
Yeah.
Ace Attorney 6 is when he actually has power. So
All right.
anyway,
Derek Anthony, thank you for the Tempest. I wish that DeBest would ditch Courtney and tag along with Edgeworth to see how a prosecutor should really act instead of Courtney teaching him bad habits. We can only hope
it's a
that
weird
one
little
day.
girl and a weird little boy.
And Ravi Kurika, thank you for the 5 bits. Kefka breaking the fucking world. Only FF villain to really succeed ever, really. Wow.
Basically.
Good for Kefka.
Interesting.
All right. So, where are we at in this story? Obviously, we're at the prosecutorial investigation
Oh, there it is.
committee. Huh?
I'm gonna freaking do it.
Oh, the clip? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're at the prosecutorial investigation council, whatever it is, and they're basically doing Edgeworth's. Is this Edgeworth's? Like, what is going on?
Yeah. So the last time, like, Courtney came to go, like, she went to go talk to him in jail. She was like, they were like, Detective Gubb, she was here to talk to you, Mr. Edgeworth, and then it turned out to be her. And then we talked to her for a while, and she was like, okay, your trial is, what was it, like the same day or something?
I don't.
And then we talked to Blaze the Best for a while. We took him to the chess dimension.
Yes, that's right.
And then he told us that he was trying to pin the blame on Kay for the crime.
Right. He even didn't he tell us, like in private, that that's what's going on?
Yeah.
Right.
As private as the chess dimension is.
Was that in the
Which I
chess
don't know.
dimension?
I believe so, wasn't it?
Right. You're right.
Then we're at the PIC place, and then I believe it's the hearing starts, and then Edgeworth is like, well, Courtney, I want to hear what you have to think about the case and what your understanding of it is.
Right.
And then we cross-examined her for a little bit, and then isn't it now we're calling into question
Lotta.
we're calling into question the autopsy report, aren't we?
Right, because
she must have been alive
she got hit.
after she got stabbed.
Yeah.
Was it Lotta's
But
test?
it says the hit was after she died when it must have been before, is what we figured out, I think.
Okay. I apologize for not being more on top of what happened last time.
All good.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Also, Kay suddenly got her memories back. She kind of did she?
I think she
She's-
got...
Riccio says...
I don't think she was back to normal yet.
That's right.
Riccio says, Blaze came by the jail and admitted he was framing Kay. We started Edward's trial, and now Kay has remembered a bull that recorded the moment of the murder.
That's right. We looked at
Yeah,
the bull toy.
We just found out that was a recording device.
Yeah. Okay. And it was kind of like the thinker statue because it had stuff in it, right? What did it have in it?
I don't think... I think it was just the voice recording.
Oh,
part.
right. It had a little
Yeah.
audio.
Yeah.
And right, we heard the audio, and it
Something
was
about a burn mark.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Korewa.
So I guess is that what her line is?
That is what her line, yeah.
Okay.
That is literally what it would be in the Japanese, yes, and that is how I know it is very translated. Anyway, there ain't no doubt about it. And thank you so much, translators.
Yes, thank
This
you,
is
fan
here-
translators.
Yes.
This here was what I heard. When I say stuff like that, I say it with the utmost affection because, like, obviously, these writers are probably in very different points in their lives, and they probably take adaptation, if they still do it, very differently than they did now.
This was just like a volunteer group of
Yeah.
just like random people.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And that's, another thing too, like, why change?
Yeah.
What the actual, like, easiest thing to do is.
We cannot verify when these voices were recorded. It's also possible that they aren't related to the case at all. If only we had some video as well.
But also, like, and I'm sorry I'm going on a tangent, but
No,
I do
go
want to
ahead.
point this out. Because it was kind of interesting, like, in voice acting, there's been a lot of conversation about, like, well, what if they just want to, stunt cast these YouTubers or whatever? And whenever people say stuff like that, I always think about like Sunwon. They pretty much always mean someone like Sunwon, who, like, you know, when you think about it, he was voice acting in this game, and this came out in like what, 2009 or something, right?
This was closer to like 2014.
Oh,
when
okay.
When this came out, yeah.
Even so, that's what, 7 years ago, and like he's just hanging out doing amateur voice acting. But because he got really popular and people just automatically know him because he does funny YouTube stuff, like, they just assume, oh, he just got cast because he has a YouTube following. Well, sure, that might have been a factor in the decision, but he's also really talented and he's been working hard to try and get into this sort of stuff. So likewise, just because this is a fan translation, I pretty much assume all these people are probably, or at least a good portion of them, took this as a jumping off point for their career or used it to supplement their interest in the career. You know what I mean? So anyway, I really love fandom and the people in it, and I think it's really unfair sometimes that people like get reduced to what they're most popular for, you know. Anyway.
That, and people are like, oh, like they're fans, so they're probably not, like, they're probably unprofessional about it, you know.
Yeah, that was
Which
a
is
big
bullshit.
reason why I had a roadblock in my career in the early years. Yeah, was because I was an anime fan, and like
A lot of the
studios-
veterans and the studios look down on that.
Yeah, they literally called me a Bang Zoom kid because Bang Zoom had a pipeline in which they would groom actors to be in their shows. Like, you know, they had AX Idol, so all the finalists and auditioners and that eventually turned into the open auditions they have at the AX every year. So, you know, like, I had a really difficult time breaking into voiceover in the beginning because I didn't know any better because of these pipelines. But that's also why I've been very active in unionizing and why I've been very active in the community in general, because I recognize that I fucked up and I'm trying to make it better. So anyway, didn't mean to make this about me, but
By all means.
some fun professional context to think about in the context of the voice acting world. Anyway,
I
that's
got removed from a project because I was a YouTuber, and so was Sunwon in the same project. So
Really? It was the same one?
same one. They messaged me afterwards and was like, "Oh, was it this?" And I was like, "Yep, it was that."
Wow.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up. That's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it because
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, we can't talk about it. That's hogwash. I'm telling you, that right there was the conversation I heard. The victim was holding on to it, right? I reckon it must have been recorded when she got attacked.
That certainly is a possibility. However, your testimony alone is insufficient. I require something with a little more credibility.
How about my chest?
Again.
Looks credible to me, but I have to touch it to find out.
Her words. It almost sounds as if she's trying to give me advice. Bitch! Judge Courtney, there's no mistake that those voices were from the incident.
I like the individual frames of his hand going like. Brr, 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 brr.
That's what I really love about like anime is you can see like, you see how it is, you know? They drew this, and then they drew that, and that's how it works. Please recall the Please recall the audio that was recorded by the stuffed animal. I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me.
So someone has a burn.
If we compare this part of the recording with a certain piece of evidence, we can prove it. I wonder if I have that evidence in my pocket right now. Here we go. Her body, I think, because it mentions a burn mark on her hand.
Yeah?
Burn mark,
Oh,
yeah.
there, that would. I guess that.
No, go on the first page, because it's on the left hand. So check, and then on the very last sentence, burn mark on
Burn mark on victim's hand. Thank you. Sorry. Here we go. I'm sorry to hear that, Lady Catherine.
I dropped some rice fresh out of the rice cooker and got like a second-degree burn on my foot.
I remember that. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that was
That's
intense. Don't mess around with rice cookers, y'all.
One time in college, I was waiting, because I worked as a writing tutor, and that's the first thing I would do every morning. But first I would go to the cafeteria, get some tea, and then one morning I managed to spill all of my fresh hot tea all over my boob right before work.
Oh.
But luckily, in our little refrigerator, we had a half-frozen bottle of old chocolate milk.
Put it on the tits!
So I put it on my titty, and I basically had that between my titty and like my tank top strap for the rest of the day.
Oh my god.
Science, bitch!
Anyway, the autopsy report, and exactly what part of the autopsy report shows that?
This plot! It shows that the recording. It's
What is going on?
mark. I'm gonna punch it.
Vampiro, thank you for the five bits there. Milk saves lives, says Soupy.
I think
The
our
food sciences.
top screen is a little glitchy.
Oh, it is? Oh, because
See
of
all
the text over the
all the
text?
text.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I suppose, yeah.
weird.
La la la. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha, you fool.
What's
I
happening?
remember clearly. Anytime he says Eureka, that's what I think he would sound like if he speaks normally. Because he
I
was
also wanna know-
Eureka! Hello, everyone. What were you
Also,
gonna
when I spilled the tea all over my boob, the friend who was standing with me was like, "I know what to do," and she handed me a single napkin.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Mom.
I was like, "Yeah, thanks."
You were like, just lick it up, bitch.
That's the only thing that can save me now.
I remember clearly what that voice said. Lick it up, bitch. You can't hide that burn from me.
And then later that day, another person who worked in the same tutorial center stapled her fingers together.
Oh my god! What is wrong with college people?
It was a weird day that day.
Did someone
Oh,
hand them a
man.
napkin as well?
Mercury must
No,
have totally
but
been
it
retrograde.
probably would have helped.
The other day we were talking to somebody who unironically like put the period on why they didn't like someone as like their astrological sign, and I just was like, there it is, I love it. On the victim's hand there was a burn mark.
Indeed. It just happened to match up, you see. But what of it?
According to Kay's testimony, the victim had been holding the stuffed animal.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. I have been known to dump boiling water on my hands and into my shoes when I drain pasta.
Oh.
Ooh.
Why? Don't do
Be
that!
careful.
You're supposed to do that over a sink,
Don't put it on the floor.
not into your shoes.
And it just happened to record a characteristic of the victim, namely the burn.
Are you saying burn or boo earn?
Who earned?
The best!
That's me. That's just a coincidence. I mean, it could happen, right? Could happen.
I do not think so. It is hard to believe that all of this is simply a coincidence. The voices on the stuffed animal were most likely recorded during the incident.
One of these voices must belong to the true culprit. From what we've heard, it must have been the one who was doing most of the talking. But what's the point? In the end, we still can't tell their gender or identity, you know?
Or their gender identity.
Or their gender identity. You can't assume anything. Do not assume!
In fact,
Indeed.
call them they-thems.
Indeed, because they thems had been using voice changers. It can't be helped.
What is going on?
Seems the situation has become quite clear. The conversation Miss Hart overheard was between the culprit and Miss Crane.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but I wonder if the burns on the body came from an open flame. Very well could
It
have.
seemed like, yeah, I don't know. That's what I've been telling you from the start. And from this, we will understand a new fact.
Courtney's just like, that's it, that's your new fact.
I'm sorry, I wasn't even thinking. I just sometimes I make mouth noises when I'm. That's a habit I do when I'm writing, and I'm like, the line fit.
Oh, that was funny. Please enlighten us then. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Chairman.
I'm fucking blushing.
Do what you want.
According to Miss Hart's testimony just before the incident, 2 people came up from the auction hall using the lift. I know, right, Alyssa? The lightning bolt is so infuriating. It pisses me off. I'm like, just comb it! It must have been the conductor and one of the auction guests. They probably went there to settle the payment after winning a bid. And then it was there that the crime was carried out. Since the auction continued after the crime took place, we are led to a single truth.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Somebody tell Blaze that he needs a haircut badly.
But then what would absorb all the moisture?
Oh god. Be even moister.
This is the new fact that we arrived at. The culprit is Jill Crane? Or
No.
who was the one that got killed? Or maybe
The culprit is the conductor. Because the conductor put their outfit on Jill after killing her.
Oh, and then stabbed through it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it didn't stab through it because there's no holes on the jacket, right?
Well, there's no holes on the red jacket. There's holes on the white jacket.
Is that right?
He's 3-hole punch Jim. The actual photo of the body.
I think you're right. My bad.
The white
My
suit
bad.
got stabbed through. The red raincoat did not.
You're right.
3-hole punch Jim. That's my new favorite joke. Since the conductor was the only one who could keep the auction going. Oh, you know who else I fucking hate? Alba.
Oh yeah, Alba.
Fuck Alba.
That's what I thought you meant when you talk about the old guy, and I was like, oh right, yeah. Demon, you can't retweet pictures of Tifa that look like that while I'm trying to stream. That's distracting.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh. What?
I just want to go see.
It's just a pretty picture of Tifa.
Does she got a big butt?
No, you don't see any butt there.
But she deserves it.
Well, I mean, she's got hips though. You don't see anybody. Is it just a bust?
Oh, that is pretty.
It's just a very pretty picture of Tifa, who is very pretty. So, did you say this?
I don't know. Since the conductor was the only one who could keep the auction going, we can conclude that the deceased victim could not have been the conductor.
Volcanic, thank you for the 10 bits Tifa pics. Are we all turning Italian today?
I
Mamma
am
mia,
Italian,
baby.
Yeah. Justine?
The best!
Please be quiet here, okay?
I'm sorry, Demon. I should not be looking at Twitter.
He's not Phoenix Wright, so now he's just slacking off.
I'm none of these.
I'm carrying this game. If the conductor was not the victim, then they must have been the culprit. It's okay though, I'm going to disappear in 4 and 5.
Cool. He's in 5.
Oh, that's right, yes, but
Kylie Bear,
briefly,
baby.
right? That's right.
Just at the end. Please
but
wait. That alone is insufficient.
I want to be Clavier so bad.
Oh, I'm so excited to be Kristoff.
Yeah.
That last case with me as Kristoff and you as Clavier would be fun.
I can't wait. You're gonna get under my skin, baby.
Yay!
I hope you do the Jigglypuff voice for Kristoff too.
Obviously.
Dear God.
Of course. Even I do not intend to rely only upon the process of elimination. Certain traces left at the crime scene led me to believe that the culprit is the conductor.
Well then, please show it to us.
This jazzy song.
What were the traces left at the crime scene that led me to deduce that the culprit is the conductor?
Is it the flower?
Where did the crime guy do?
Derek Anthony, thank you. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. I now love how Courtney is treating Sebastian like a little kid. I'm still waiting for him to switch sides and go stand next to Edgeworth. I don't know if that's going to happen. His dad is the real issue. Traces. I mean, I imagine
the jacket.
the jacket. That just tells you what they wore. Azulmagi, thank you for the bit.
Maybe the bull,
Why would that?
because he's talking to the victim with the burn on their hand.
But isn't it a
They are
trace
talking-
left at the crime scene? The bull wasn't really left there.
It might be the blood that was in this room.
So there's blood.
Yeah. Because, didn't we kind of establish that maybe the storeroom wasn't actually where she was murdered?
Yeah, that's why.
There wasn't much blood?
Yeah, it says, was it left behind to hide the storeroom's existence? Which would imply that the conductor was trying to cover up their whole conducting thing.
Yeah.
The Azulmagi, thank you for the bit. Objection 2011. It's a rearrange of his theme from Justice for All. So people know the music.
Yep.
People know what they're talking about. I'm like, this sounds good.
The culprit purposefully left a large amount of blood in the meeting room. In doing so, we were led to believe the meeting room had been the scene of the crime. It was a ruse by the true culprit to hide the blood that had fallen from the storeroom.
So we wouldn't find out about the existence of the black market auction, correct?
Justine does seem to be on our side, though, right?
I think Justine is like a Miles Edgeworth sort of character.
Yeah,
wherein, like she
they've been
has the right
misled.
principles, but she was in the wrong structure, and now she needs to change the structure. I like her,
Yeah.
even though she is faulty.
But
Which
so
is
was
why
Edgeworth.
she's such
Yeah.
yeah. That's why they're great characters, because they have an arc and we see them grow.
Yeah, you get to see character development.
Yeah. And that's the problem with kind of seeing actions in a story as just the action instead of the context of like what the action triggers later on. Because like we're supposed to take these things as metaphors for our lives, right? And reflect and read these things and reflect on our own behavior and how it relates to the way these characters interact in their world. So like, anyway, that's something to think about.
And you know something about that is
Huh.
what I've learned about how people perceive character development from like seeing people's takes on Twitter is that some people just don't know how to read.
I think it's that like there are scenarios wherein people will project their own situation onto that and think that it applies to them, and it doesn't. You know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can say people are assholes, and then someone will read it and be like,
I'm not an asshole.
and you're like, I know, dude, but come
Yeah.
on, I've just had a rough week, you know, like.
And they're like,
it's-
no, you specifically called me an asshole.
Yeah. Indeed.
The Azulmagia asks, like Endeavor from My Hero Academia. And I'm pretty sure I can just assure you that none of us know what that is.
Yeah, sorry.
I know he's a guy who
Oh.
starts bad and then becomes more.
I've heard of My
Okay.
Hero Academia.
My
That's
Hero
about it.
Academia, that's the show with the old superheroes called Tiger and Bunny, right?
Yeah, pretty sure that's not Tiger and Bunny.
No.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. I still think it would be fun if, in these games, if the sidekick was a male character, since most games have female sidekicks.
So
Yeah.
here is, I would,
His
I-
name
I-
was Raymond Shields.
Yeah, there you go.
I have very complicated feelings about this because, like, Phoenix Wright as a whole is very starved for female characters. Like, just the ratio of male to female is much skewed towards
Yeah.
male, and that
It's
is very typical for all media.
It's just like
So-
when they introduce a new female character, they're always like in the same role.
Yeah, and that's the real issue. It's not that we don't like the teenage girl, the sidekick. It's that we don't like that the sidekick is always a teenage girl.
Mhm.
Like, or that she's always relegated to the same sort of emotional position. Like, I mean, I haven't finished any of the Great Ace Attorney games yet, so I will put that out there that I am reserving my judgment for the full arc of these characters because I know there's a lot to go. But Susato, like, imagine if she was put in a position wherein she wanted to be a lawyer and she felt personally slighted because of her gender, you know? Like, that would be really interesting, character-wise, to explore. Or even if, let's say, she were the protagonist, that could be really fucking interesting. But it doesn't fit with the formula that they have created that they want to maintain. So that's kind of the frustration of, like, approaching game development with I guess profit as an end motivator, but you have to have profit as an end motivator, right? So it's a balance.
Yeah. And also sometimes when they do introduce a new female character and she isn't the sidekick, they make her a 17-year-old lawyer who just shows up even though Apollo's arc was never finished in the first place. So
yeah,
they're not using their female characters effectively.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a shame because, like, when the female characters do show up, I think that they're pretty unique and interesting and well developed. I think Shu Takumi is capable of writing good female characters, or whoever writes these characters is capable of writing pretty well and diverse female characters, but they just don't think of women very often as, you know, maybe anything other than the way that their gender interacts with the story. You know, like Adrian Andrews was really only a woman because of the romantic connection she had to Juan Corrida, you know? So there was a story reason as to why she had to be a woman. Whereas I guarantee you if that romantic connection was not there, she probably would have been a male character, right?
Probably.
I don't know. I mean, that's all speculation, and like, that's pretty like cerebral shit, but that's personally how I kind of think of media and writing and shit like that, and that's why I try and like actively counteract some of that shit in my own whatever. But anyway, if the culprit had been related to the auction, there would have been no need to do such a thing.
Don't even know what he's talking about anymore. Derek Anthony, thank you for
got on a tangent.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. What I mean, for example, is if they ever make another Edgeworth game, make Sebastian the sidekick instead of Kay.
Yeah, but then we don't have Kay. And that's one less female character. And that's not fun for me as someone who was born a woman. Because, like, I like male characters. I can relate to male characters. But I'm really, really tired of seeing only male characters because male characters are generally only written within a certain emotional range. And likewise, women are generally only written within a certain emotional range because they are relegated to these certain story structures. Anyway.
Thank you, Void Adept, for unleashing the Proto Badger, easily the best female character in the series. Stella Coyote, thank you for the 50 bits. Young female character, I want to be a lawyer. Objection, you're either a sidekick or a victim. Well, there you go.
Well, not to delay things even further, but I kind of have to pee, so I'll be right back.
Please, by all means. All right.
I'm sorry.
I don't think we've played more than 5 minutes of the game so far.
No, but we've had some interesting conversations.
Yeah, sure, I'm not complaining. How you doing, Marin?
Well, I mean, my brain is at a 12 right now, and I still have to write a PowerPoint presentation for a town hall meeting on Wednesday.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Leading, so, it's really stressful.
Yes.
But, you know.
Are you, considering that town hall meeting is on Wednesday, are you still wanting to do Ace Attorney that day?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I need it.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah. How are you, Martin?
I'm okay. I'm happy that I've been playing Death Stranding on the stream. I've been wanting to do that for so long. I've honestly, like, ever since the game came out, I was like, and ever since I really started streaming on a regular basis, I was like, that is the game I want to stream. And I just...
Yeah, you've been talking about it for a long time.
Yeah, the director's cut finally came out on PC, and I was like, you know what? That's... Now that I've got a good reason to play, and no matter what anyone says, I want to play it.
Rikios has shared the very valid clip of me explaining why I like shipping gay people.
I didn't lose any boxes of hentai. I delivered all those boxes, I swear. When I'm making deliveries in Death Stranding, people like to say that I'm delivering certain things, like Stolas wanted me to bring a potato and a sandwich.
Oh. Well, I'm glad that Stolas got fed.
Yes. We delivered something for Super Kami Guru as well, which was quite exciting. Somebody had an actual guru icon and they'd called themselves Super Kami Guru, so I helped them out.
So, well, that being said, you lost my box of hentai?
No, I swear I didn't.
I don't believe you at all. Somebody just ratted you out. Vampiro ratted you out.
What hentai did you order?
Gaze, gaze, gaze.
Oh yes, hentai from the 50s.
Gay reefer madness.
All right. We'll just wait.
I do like Death Stranding because like it feels very relaxing. Like it's most of the challenges in the inventory management, and then from there it's just kind of running through atmospheric areas. Like
Inventory management isn't even that difficult. It's you can auto arrange everything so it's balanced. So.
Well, as you go on, like, because what happened to me when I stopped playing was I ran into sort of an executive function disorder backup where I had stockpiled so much stuff in the effort to try and be efficient in going in one direction that I hadn't been collecting enough materials to make carts to then manage bigger cargo loads, and they only get bigger.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll get more challenging as you go on.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Was it Edgeworth X Phoenix hentai, Marin?
That was one of them. Yes, it was a compilation.
Is yaoi a kind of hentai, or is it different from hentai?
I am back.
Welcome back.
I would say hentai. It's kind of the reason why we have these delineations is because of the heteronormative assumptions within any and all society.
So hentai does fall under the umbrella.
Hentai is porn.
Yaoi falls under the umbrella.
Hentai can be heterosexual, so.
Yeah, well, hentai is heterosexual, and like there is also sometimes gay if you're lucky. Like, but if you're looking at say a hentai Reddit or something, you're majority only gonna see straight stuff. So the reason why we have yaoi is because, or rather, it's actually BL. Yaoi was a word that Americans popularized. But BL is a subgenre, or I'm sorry, actually not even that, because BL is soft. That's like romance. But shit, I forget what the actual word is.
I get what you're saying.
Yaoi to refer to like hardcore gay stuff. Yeah, but that's where those terms originate
Gotcha.
from. Yeah.
Did you say this?
Ergo, the clip culprit could have only been the conductor.
The clip culprit, that's Erikios.
The clip culprit.
Well then, do you have any idea as to who the conductor might possibly be?
John Williams.
The auction hall is at the PIC meeting room, and furthermore, there is a storeroom above it.
Elusive White Spider, thank you for subscribing with Prime. You've got a great butt.
Oh. The conductor must have been at the very least a member of the PIC. Oh yeah, and then there's like
Bara
also implies.
Oh yeah,
Bara, and it's interesting because
that's a very more specific subgenre. I feel like.
What I would argue is that yaoi is written by women and Bara is written by men.
I thought Bara was more like
it's big
the
guys.
Types of characters.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that men tend to be attracted to those body types, so they tend to be the ones who draw those kinds of characters, whereas yaoi is about more slender, beautiful, effeminate, androgynous men that have like, you know, the same sort of interactions, but like that's kind of how you can tell like whether or not something is written by an actual gay person, I feel like.
Androgynous
or rather,
men, you say?
A man who is attracted to other men.
So, in other words, you suspect me, I take it.
Isn't it natural to suspect you, the one with the most authority and Bara in the PIC?
I'm not Bara.
You're a twink, it's obvious, but come on, you've got Bara coming out your ears.
You are quite capable. I'll give you that much at least. But you know...
Oversolar got it. Oversolar got it. Yaoi's written for the female gaze, Bara's written for the gay male gaze.
But you know, like I said before, you're far too naive. That's the hentai you ordered. You have nothing, you know. There's no evidence that proves I am the culprit, you see.
Oh, I'm so sorry I have to go on another tangent. But speaking of Final Fantasy VII and hentai and doujinshi, I actually have a Final Fantasy hentai doujinshi that features a contribution by the artist of the Gravitation manga, and it's Cloud sticking a carrot up his ass.
Of course it is.
If by
Anyway,
s-
I bought that when I was 18.
if by some chance you do have evidence, then why don't you present it?
Irk.
Did I do that?
I think he threw up in his mouth a little.
Where did these ears come from, Martin?
I just put them on while you were going on a tangent, the second tangent after the first tangent. I just didn't know what else. I grabbed the first thing I have. These are my boov ears from the movie Home.
Yeah, that's his high movie.
By the way,
It's 420 is in 10 days.
420 is on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got to
so
get
I don't object to being a little bit lit for that stream.
Let's do it.
The Void Adept, thank you for the bit. Bugs Bunny. I've got to do a Bugs Bunny voice now. I really don't want to know. It's just showing. I really don't want to know what's up there, Doc. What is going on?
The carrot, sticking the carrot up his ass.
Oh, right. Jesus. Okay.
Bless
Somehow we'll get this stream under control. Okay.
Do I have evidence
No,
that Blaze is a culprit? I don't think we do.
It's shot by now.
Blaze himself has suggested that he is the criminal.
What's up, Doc?
My penis. He's been showing that strange self-confidence for a while now. He knows that there is not a single piece of evidence left behind to incriminate him.
If you play with fire, you're gonna get burned, sussy little baka. Just kidding. I always wanted to say that, you know. Well then, Courtney.
Bonk him. I reckon I just remembered something too.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Welcome to Ace Attorney After Dark.
Yeah, this is just a sneak preview of all 18 plus conventions or panels we'll have at conventions when we actually start going back.
No.
What? You also lost your memories? No, that ain't it. Something just popped into my head right now.
This ain't it,
Right
fam.
now.
Can we do a
That ain't
panel where
fam.
we just bitch about Ace Attorney for like a straight hour?
Ooh, yeah. We can do whatever we want. You know
Hell
what?
yeah.
That's going to be my thing. Because Martin doesn't want to go to cons.
I certainly don't.
So I'm going to be like, you are going to fly my friend out, and we are going to have at least one panel where we bitch about Ace Attorney for an hour.
I'll be the plus one.
Yeah, exactly. You're my husband now. Well, we are gay
Yay.
married. In
We are
Final
gay
Fantasy.
married, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's legally binding.
But
Yeah, I
legally
think so.
binding.
Legally binding.
Illegally.
Very well. Please tell us.
Courtney, could you tell me what you are doing?
I wish I knew, fam.
I'm gonna
Prosecutor
burn
Ezra,
those
not-
titties.
Not
my
my
God.
titties!
Here's a
I
napkin.
need. Where's that chocolate milk?
That'll fix it. A napkin and some chocolate milk. Prosecutor Edgeworth will not give up until we have destroyed every last possibility. I'm destroying every possibility, so that he will never oppose us again.
Shit.
Please get that away from my titties.
Ugh.
Just calm down.
Oh.
Justine, I don't really know what's going on, but well said.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Hello, demon voice.
Objection.
Gorgeous. Pops, I'm gonna help too. After all, he's the one who's wrong.
Fine then. Let's hear what she has to say.
Well then, Miss Hart, please proceed.
Sure thing. Just leave it to me. Please make sure you only tell the truth. Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
And ain't that a matter of course? I'm a bona fide journalist of justice, you know?
I didn't turn hoo-ha on. Hang on, I have to fix that.
Hoo-ha. I gotta go pee. Can I go pee? I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah, by all means. I like that we heard in the distance. I need to go pee. I gotta go pee. Hoo-ha indeed, and Koku no Megami. Thank you so much for bringing that back. How you doing,
Nice and
Soupy?
fast on the hoo-has. I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Martin?
I'm doing good. We didn't talk a lot about it at the beginning because we didn't want to spoil it for anybody, but Our Flag Means Death, we watched the whole first season, and if you haven't seen it yet, if you're able to see it, please watch it. Please support that show. Yeah,
yes.
Honestly, don't judge it by the first couple of episodes. I was struggling to get into the show for the first 3 episodes or so because it felt very tonally inconsistent, but it found its tone as it went on, and it found its strength, and I feel like it ended up being a very strong first season. So please.
That, and it really,
I'm back.
like, it really made you excited for the next one.
Yeah. Our Flag Means Death, Bedinsis. It's on HBO Max. If you don't have HBO Max, I don't know the best way you can watch it, but I highly recommend it.
I definitely would never suggest ever that you get it through less than legal means.
Yes.
I would never say that to anyone.
Never.
But, it's great. And I can't wait for season 2 because they can hang full dong.
Without
And
spoiling
hopefully they
anything.
Yeah, they can hang full dong, and I'm really excited about that.
Our flag means dong.
Mhm.
That's it. I already said that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Somehow I feel uneasy. Y'all saying the culprit was a conductor, right? That means the victim was a customer. Now, here's where it gets a mite strange. You see, there were 11 people at the auction.
I'm waiting for the music to come back around because I want to say what it sounds like to me after this next bit. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Right?
Yes. When the auction continued after the incident, I went straight on over and snuck a peek down below.
So she did look.
My vagina. You don't mean your vagina.
I thought you said vagina.
Vagina. In your vagina.
Oh, sorry. The D is right next to the V.
You're not wrong.
That's exactly what I mean. And all 11 people were still there, present and accounted for. Oh, wow, wow.
Jesus.
Are you sure about that?
John Cena. Sure, I'm sure. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Where's John Cena? Don't see him. Can't see him. So it started with 11 people, and there were still 11 people after the murder.
And Koku no Megami, you might remember it from the San Junipero episode of Black Mirror, where the happy ending happens and it plays that song.
Was it a ghost?
One of the rare happy endings in Black Mirror.
That's the whole reason that I watched Black Mirror.
For that episode, yeah?
That episode, yeah.
That's valid.
You know, Sebastian, normally a prosecutor would call that a contradiction, you know?
I think my favorite episode is when they decided to work out that thing where the lady can have her date night with a random guy and then the guys can fuck in the video game. I love that.
That was a good episode.
Yeah. Were there really no changes in the auction at all?
Bit of a spoiler for that episode, but... Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Are we sure...
It came out years ago!
Sure.
True.
Are we sure that was not a prank by the translators replacing the original music with a MIDI version of Heaven on Earth? Could have been. A
Very well
prank.
could have been. Pranked them! Really, I'm telling you, the auction went on just like normal.
People died. Very normal.
Very normal. But there was one itty-bitty thing, though.
There's usually at least one homicide at any auction.
It's true.
What was it? You know those hammers you always see at an auction? Like the one that lady's using over there.
The extendo gavel.
An auction gavel, perhaps?
Yep, that's the one.
Oh, it was the judge.
Yeah, we're flashing
All
back.
of a sudden, I couldn't hear the sound no more. It'd been banging away just prior to it. The sound of the gavel. Does that have anything to do with the case?
Oh, Lara's testimony about the secret auction updated. Let's see if we can have a look at that.
Oh, maybe it was shot and the gavel was used to cover the sound of the gunshots, and then they used the thing to stab the holes into her chest. No, but then they would have seen bullet wounds.
If Mrs. Hart's testimony is the truth, then this matter has taken a grave turn. If the victim was neither the conductor nor a customer, the very foundation of Prosecutor Edgeworth's reasoning would collapse.
Justice prevails, as they say. I hope you blood your lesson, Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, there really is nothing we can do.
Mr. Edgeworth.
As
Not over
Edgeworth.
yet. Some mysteries still remain. I have to think. If I don't, then Kay will be.
If I don't think.
I don't think.
Did you get the answer you wanted this time? Well then, a deal's a deal.
Please wait, Mr. Chairman. I believe it is still too early to make a judgment.
The Azulmagia, thank you for the bit. How can justice prevail? He's not even in this game. Justice.
Apologize.
Oh. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Thank you, Lotta, for opening your big mouth. That is the one benefit of having Lotta around, is she says the wrong thing at the right time.
There are still a few mysteries left in this case.
How could somebody be a bad character and have a theme like this?
Yeah! Until we have solved them all, we cannot call this a complete victory.
Like, here we go, ready?
I think there's an orchestrated version of this too.
Aw, shut up!
Okay, fine, geez. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I was expecting you to shout. Hold it, like you always do.
Yes, of course!
It's like, oh god, woman is talking to me.
Woman has been paying attention to my behavior.
Once again, Judge Courtney has come to my aid.
Fuck.
Well then, what is it? What sort of mysteries are left?
Ooh.
Well, of course, there's the contradiction in the autopsy report.
I'm kind of shipping this.
That kind of thing.
What is that? That kind of thing. Derek Anthony,
Translated line.
thank you for the 10 bits. Why does this music sound like a haunted house theme? I guess it's very Phantom of the Opera-ish, just because it's kind of like a, what do you call it?
I think Courtney sees herself as a living avatar of the goddess of justice, so it's like sort of like a hymn.
Yes. Yeah, very religious connotations going on there. It's like a
Yeah.
church thing.
Yeah,
I brought her in!
Well, what's wrong? Why were we suddenly called here? Did someone suddenly get sick? I'll begin preparing a compress. Stab! Ouch! What'd you call me here for? Did something happen? Dr. Young, Miss Jensen, you have my gratitude for taking the trouble to come here. This won't take long, so please relax. Have some refreshments.
Sorry, somebody mentioned Phantom of the Paradise. Vaishni73, thank you for resubscribing for 37 months in a row. In a row?
Wow.
You've got a great butt.
Hope you're doing well, mine. Thanks for all the wonderful content and keep being yourself.
I hope you guys know that as a thank you, we've been adding 1 inch to your butt for every month that you have been subscribed. So wow, Weiss, your ass is out of this world.
And that's a service we do for you.
And,
At no cost, aside from subscription fee.
and Coco no Megami, thank you for the 5 bits. Castlevania theme, Justin Belmont confirmed. Justine Belmont, sorry.
Tell me what in blazes is going on? Of course. We called you here because something came up.
Stella Coyote, that song took a while for it to grow on me because it follows the highlight of the movie, which is Beef performing, and it's a very raucous crowd, and she goes out there and sings this very quiet, sad romance, like sort of love song, and it feels like and then the crowd goes wild for it, and it's very confusing because like you're like, why would they like that song? But it is, when you listen to it by itself, it is an incredible and a beautiful song, and I have to sort of listen to it separate from the scene because just I'm all hyped from Beef singing.
Judge Courtney, just what are you planning?
Bonnie Young, under the divine rule of law, please answer truthfully. There were no mistakes in your autopsy report, correct?
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Speaking of sick, when it shows the old lady, it looks like she's trying to keep from vomiting. Well, she's old.
Old people are just like that.
Yeah.
Granny would never make a mistake. That's certainly strange.
He just fucked up.
Huh? What's strange?
Stella Kyoto, I also love Phoenix's other song, and I'm not talking about that Phoenix. I'm talking about Phoenix from Patent of the Paradise. I like her, what is it? Caught up in your wheeling, dealing, you got no time left for simple feeling. I love that song. Like, a lot of Phoenix's songs weren't as good until I'd listened to the soundtrack afterwards, and now I love all those songs. Kisaka Toriyama, I hope you're doing well today.
This court has found an error in Dr. Young's autopsy report. Dr. Young, please tell the truth. Did you falsify the autopsy report? That's terrible. How can you accuse her of that? I have no idea what you're talking about. Why would I do such a thing in the first place? To protect the true culprit, of course. What you talking about? I would never do such a thing.
What is that from? Different Strokes? What is it from?
Oh, I don't know.
What
Family.
you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, what is that from?
Yeah.
I think it's Different Strokes.
Okay. I'm not familiar with the
Family Matters? I
sitcom
don't
myself.
No, Family Matters was Urkel, I think.
Because it's Gary Coleman, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
It must have
I
been
don't
Gary
know.
Coleman, because it wasn't Steve Urkel who said that.
Right.
No, yes, I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah. I'm Gary Coleman from TV's Different Strokes.
Oh, yeah. That was the weirdest way to recall
Unlocked
that.
so many memories. Do you know?
Wow.
Do you know that when Avenue Q first came to the UK, they didn't call him Gary Coleman, they called him Gary, and they didn't specify what show he was from. He just said, "My name is Gary from that show on TV," and that's legit.
Wow.
Because they didn't get Different
They're
Strokes.
just like the British people won't know.
Yeah.
Wow. How strange.
And,
In that case, why would there be an error in the autopsy report, I wonder? Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you think?
Void Adept, thank you for the bit.
Never mind, I don't care.
Void Adept, thank you for the bit. Good news, everyone! The PIC is bringing me up on disciplinary charges. Wait, that's not good news.
Oh? I expected you to press into her statement like you normally do.
why are
Like
you
the-
into
Like you
me?
normally
This is
press
weird.
into things.
Like to press
Why
into
are you
her
flirting
statement.
with me?
Y7 is live. Thank you for resubscribing at Tier 1 for 3 months in a row. 3 months already. Oh my lord. I hope everyone is having a good day. I hope you're having a good day, Y7.
Yeah. You got a
I'm
great
kind
butt.
of like,
butt.
I have to be honest. Now that she's like doing the Miles Edgeworth thing to him, I'm like, ooh, like they could have a fling and I'd be into it. Why is she taking control of the situation and trying to help me? I don't know what her goal is, but I must play along.
But it's pretty great.
Yes.
It's pretty great as far as like Edgeworth getting to kind of confront his own character arc
Yeah,
and reminding himself what law and truth means to him.
yeah, this is good stuff. I like this. If the autopsy report you gave to Sebastian had been authentic, then the error should not have been there. Wait a minute! I didn't do anything!
The best!
That is what we will figure out from this point on.
We will figure out that you didn't do anything.
Firstly, Dr. Young, I'd like to hear your testimony.
Why do you want to hear her testimony? It would be pointless.
I will be the one who decides whether or not it is pointless, not you.
There are patients waiting for us.
You'll have to wait a sec. I gotta dance.
Maya here, Maya.
Isn't that you?
Yeah. 1 sec.
No worries.
I need to get a drink of water. Granny! Ouch! Anyways, we don't have time for this.
Is there any way I could convince you? This is of the utmost importance.
Mr. Miles Edgeworth, Granny says she'll testify. So please, try to finish this quickly. I've got people to kill.
Oh,
If we don't
jeez.
return soon, there will be people in terrible suffering.
And yet you were lollygagging about on the viewing platform earlier, you fucking lazy old woman. What are you,
Lollygagging.
80 and still working? How dare you take a break?
Does it say her age?
I mean, I don't think so, but she's old as fuck.
60. How is that 60?
Wow.
That's a
What?
pretty bad
That
60.
woman has had a hard life. Hang on, what year is this?
2000.
2019?
This woman was born in 1960. This woman is younger than my parents. My mom looks better than this woman.
It's her using the dark side has aged her more quickly.
Yeah.
The Azul Magia, thank you for the bit. That malpractice isn't going to perform itself.
I promise you, this won't take long.
How old is, like, her friend? I know,
Her
not a
daughter.
friend, but her
Her
daughter.
granddaughter or something, I think.
22. So, not...
She's a baby.
Yeah, she's a baby.
Only if she tells me the truth, of course.
Yes, I assume the stress of working as a doctor is what caused her to age. Especially in the Phoenix Wright world, where it's like everybody
Yeah.
dies from fucking everything.
Yeah. 60 is actually probably much longer than the average lifespan
And she's
in the
also...
Ace Attorney universe.
She's also probably had to deal with Dr. Hottie occasionally sometimes.
Probably.
Ericchio,
That would age me.
Phoenix
Has.
had his midlife crisis at 25, just like the rest of us.
Somebody tweeted, you come into my house on my weekend and you put regular sized shoes on Sora in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Now the mystery is gone.
That's amazing.
How big are
Now,
his feet?
now we know how big his feet actually are.
God damn it!
Damn it. Ericchio, thank you for the 10 bits. Let's pretend she's Palpatine, Grandma. That's valid.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Eric,
Oh, there he is! He's been hiding in plain sight this whole time, and that is why Oscar Isaac and John Boyega were not gay,
it's her fault.
Even though they wanted to be.
even though they wanted to be.
Error in the autopsy report.
There are no mistakes in Granny's autopsy report. I've been working with corpses longer than you've been alive. There's no way I'd make a mistake in writing the autopsy report. Ouch! I got nothing to gain from falsifying the autopsy report.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Is this Mo's new wife? She better be down.
because She can't, like, object to watching Pokemon the first movie.
And she's so old that she only remembers the first 151 Pokemon anyway, so.
Yeah. So it's really a match made in heaven. Is what she says. See? There's really nothing strange at all.
She
Oh
is
my God.
down to clown.
I'm really excited to tell someone I was catching Pokemon before you were even born.
Oh my
I can't
God.
wait for that to happen.
You could do that.
Yes, yes, that's right, you know. There's no way she would falsify it, you see?
Under the name of the goddess of law, do you swear that this testimony is the truth? Of course! Granny would never tell a lie.
Hang on!
That
We
lying
were
bitch.
asking! You lying bitch. We were asking Dr. Young. We do not need to hear from a third party.
I'm not a third party. I'm on Granny's side. If you raise an objection to my testimony, you best prepare yourself. You ex-prosecutor.
Damn. Old lady's
will-
got quips.
I will definitely expose the contradiction in the autopsy report.
Anyone who's played Pokemon Arceus or Arceus could say that they've been catching Pokemon before everybody was born, because that takes place thousands of years ago, right?
Does it really?
It takes place like in the distant past.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like when they first invent Pokeballs a couple hundred years
Oh.
ago. So
It's like the
but, like,
origin of creating the Pokedex and all that.
Well, what I'm saying is like what I started playing Pokemon when I was like 8.
Yeah,
right?
I know
So
what
that
you're
was
saying.
In, like 1996. So anyone born after 1996, I've been catching Pokemon since before you were born.
A few hundred
Oh,
years
no.
ago. Okay. I said thousands because I'm used to Yu-Gi-Oh, I think.
I have a guy in my
Hey.
static who
Have a
we
good
found
D&D
out
session.
a couple weeks ago. It was born in 1998.
Thank you.
Woof. Yeah.
And now I'm just like, literally, I've been catching Pokemon since before he was born.
Chat says bye.
Oh no.
Stella Kyoto, thank you for the 50 bits. Just thought of another clip you could add to the channel points. The bit where Mr. Burns goes, almost sexual, isn't it, Smithers? I don't remember that. And I don't know how often that would come up.
Oh my god. It's funny because I think the first time I ever became aware of gay people was from The Simpsons. And it was the joke where Smithers has the computer that goes,
Hello, Smithers. You're
You've really
quite
turned
good
me
at
on."
turning me on.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't understand that. And my parents wouldn't explain it to me. And I was like,
Wow.
so it must be something adult. They must have like feelings for each other, or he must have feelings for him. Like, even at that age, like I was in the single digits putting that stuff together.
So your original OTP was like some good slow burn Smithers x Mr. Burns.
I suppose before I really knew that there were judgments against it. Yeah,
Mm.
I think so. And then when I became a teenager, my parents started projecting those judgments onto me. And then when I started reading Cardcaptor Sakura, I was like, Cardcaptor Sakura, I was like, I kind of am rooting for Toya and Yukito more than I'm rooting for Sakura and Shaoran. So I think I like this. And then I started reading Gravitation, and it all went downhill from there.
My introduction to the concept of being gay, I think, was on the playground at school. There was a corner, like, that because you play in the playground and, like, the school building itself is, like, around it. And there was a corner, because kids always come up with weird little stories and rumors or whatever. There was a corner of the building on the outside of the playground where that was the gay corner. If you went there, you were gay. And I think people had like kissed there or something. It was just like, don't go in that corner. It's gay. You become gay. Anyway, I kissed a couple of my male friends in that corner just to
Yes, King!
Yeah.
just to be. I mean, at the time, I thought I was like putting on a show and I was being funny, but obviously, there was probably underlying things happening there. But yes, I kissed.
Wouldn't it be funny if we kissed?
Basically, that was it.
Unless.
That was it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that was like some huge coming out moment for me. At the time, I was like, this is funny.
Yeah, I mean, you don't realize it, like I was just talking about how I wrote that gay cowboy story, and like at the time when I came up with the concept, I was 20 and I was like, I want this female character to be dressed up like a boy because she doesn't want to be judged, or she was raised this way and just does not want to be forced into the situations that society would force her into as a woman. And like I did not realize what that meant at that time.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, and then like even as it continued to develop, like I did not realize that this was just essentially a trans or non-binary character that I was writing because I literally did not know the word. So now, as a person that has put all this stuff together, I can look back and be like, oh, wow, I guess I've been non-binary this whole time. Because, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, you know what's a cool name? Alex, because no one would know what gender I am. And that was in middle school. Like,
I got told off by the teachers for kissing one of my guy friends too much, to the point where we literally were in the swimming pool, like, 'cause there was a swimming lesson, and they partnered you up. And at one point, me and my friend Chris literally like went under the water and kissed under the water.
That's cute.
That is cute.
It's
Little
a real
boys
thing that really happened. I
kissing.
just obviously
Your teacher
Did you
just like, you're gonna drown.
Can I? Okay, my mom. So when I was a kid, I came home from school once and got yelled at by the teacher. And my mom was like, "What happened, Marin?" My name wasn't Marin, but you know,
Right.
what happened, Marin? And I was like, "I didn't kiss him, Mom. Don't listen." But I would literally like try and kiss boys all the time.
Oh, Yami
And I also
Kasara.
kissed
I tell
girls.
you.
Yami Kasara, that friend actually ended up hating me, unfortunately.
Aw.
But I think it was because the parents got involved. His parents really
Yeah.
didn't want anything like that going on. So
It's very frustrating how culture and previous
I mean-
generations can influence that stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I don't want to say like it was some big. We weren't even in a relationship or anything. So
No, of course not, because it's just kids being kids.
yeah, it's just kids being kids. The
You
voided
know,
Depth.
that's what the importance of having those little moments of being able to explore yourself without being like, this is the end of the world. Then you can be like, I liked this, I didn't like this, and move on. You know.
Apologies, Master Dark. I got to read some bit messages and then we'll move on with the game. The Voided Depth, thank you for the bit. You are on this trial, but you're on this trial, but we do not grant you the rank of prosecutor. Take a seat, young Edgeworth. Stella Coyote, thank you for the 50 bits. It's from Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 1. Is it? Gosh, I forgot.
Yes, that makes sense. Yeah.
Wait, what? It is?
Because it was like I remember them doing like a big TV advertisement thing for that episodes, I think.
Oh, and
Anyway, it's just
the
very-
almost sexual, isn't it, Smithers thing was in the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is I just have associations with that time period, I think. is
Gotcha.
the gay joke.
Ryrie Kurika, thank you for the 5 bits. My fall into shipping pretty boys with each other started with Sesshomaru and Kurama. Is that...
Yeah, from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, and also gravitation. And Ravi Karika, thank you for the extra 5 bits. My name is non-binary, so I'm lucky like that. Oh, hell yeah. And
Hell yeah.
Ravi Karika, thank you for the 5 bits. Also cute LK being a little bi disaster. I absolutely was a bi disaster. I didn't just kiss boys, I kissed one girl as well, so...
Yeah, I kiss girls too.
All right. What are we doing here?
I think we're pressing.
Pressing? Okay. Tell us about the corpses, Granny.
So in your long career, you've never once made a mistake.
A doctor's only as good as the length of their track record.
Now I'm aroused. I love that his exploration has come full circle. This is just his laugh now. If we're just talking about
That's a straight
lengthy-
line,
like-
that's not a circle.
Well, he tried other things. He's just like, you know what? Nothing else felt right.
Yeah, he did try other things. I remember
just
because
the
there was a
hand.
clip. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of my favorite jokes too. Is the If we're just talking about a lengthy track record, that former chief prosecutor has one too. And yet his actual abilities don't seem to measure up. I hope that you're not the same as well.
Ouch, that's a low blow, you know, you sussy little
Oh.
bugger.
Love smacking him in the dick.
A little ball tap.
But you know, Edgeworth, I don't make mistakes either, you see. 'Cause you see, before I can make a mistake, those around me will already will have already made it instead. Can't read the copy, sorry. You see, I don't have time for mistakes. It's quite amazing, you know. It must be karma.
Ah, my dad.
You can't compare a chief prosecutor with a doctor. You really can't.
Okay.
I'm not going to expound on that.
I guess, okay, maybe this one.
The victim wore this raincoat after suffering a blow to the head. And yet there was not a single drop of blood on the front of the raincoat.
Just on the hood, right?
I think so.
Hello, Coyote, thank you for the 50 bits. It's during the scene where Burns is about to steal all of the school's oil. Ah, right, okay. The full quote is,
Soon that mighty apparatus will burst forth with its precious fluid. Almost sexual, isn't it, Smithers?
Therefore, it is impossible for the head wound to have been a post-mortem.
It is not impossible to blah, 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 I can guarantee you.
Oh, that's possible.
We'll talk later, Martin.
Well, that's... Ouch. I don't need you to tell me that. That's what I wrote down from the very beginning.
The autopsy report says the head wound was post-mortem.
After the mortem.
It pooped and they mortemed. That's completely different. Stop hitting your kid.
Yeah.
I don't like that gimmick. It's not funny.
I relate to Karen what to put down in the autopsy report.
I kind of think it's funny that she does it behind her back. I think that's kind of a
Yeah.
funny visual. But no, the violence.
It definitely looks like a comedy duo.
Yeah, they're definitely going for
Yeah.
that. With the
I get the homage. It's just not my
Yeah.
personal thing.
Sure, sure.
After that, it was none of my beeswax.
Relate to Karen. Please elaborate on that.
I'm kind of doing a grunty voice from Conker's not Conker, Banjo-Kazooie with her. Oh, wait, fuck.
I think there we can present the autopsy report, probably.
Yes.
Just to be like, hey, it said something different.
I fucked up. I was pressing without thinking.
Oh, good.
I would like to verify once again what you saw when you examined the body.
Maps. Like we said. Ouch. Well, about that. She was done in by a thump to her noggin.
Are you sure you didn't fucking kill somebody?
Dr. Young, do you know when that happened? Before she died, of course. The wounds on her chest were post-mortem.
I hope this. Oh. I hope
That's
this
what I
lady
relate-
just took her
But-
fucking like Rafiki stick and bashed the lady's head.
Rafiki stick.
Rafiki stick. That's what I relayed to Karen, so that's what should have been in the report.
That's what you relayed to her, huh?
Hmm.
Finally beginning to peg the truth.
Okay, autopsy report to the...
Yeah.
Wait, where is it? It's
the picture of the
No.
body.
I always forget, because I'm used to...
Yeah.
The
Usually it's like an
paper.
envelope.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. It took a minute for the music to stop.
Dr. Young, please confirm what this autopsy report says with your own eyes.
Oh, I'll read it out for you. Ouch!
That's all I got.
This autopsy report wasn't written by me.
What do you mean?
She relayed it.
Oh!
I don't know.
Holy shit, it comes back.
Karen strikes back. I like it.
But Granny, I can't say that.
Say the F word.
I can't say fuck. Oh wait, shit. No. Miss Jensen, if you are trying to keep the truth in the dark, then in place of the goddess of law, I shall hear your confession.
Judge Courtney is talking with Dr. Young in private.
You alright, Soup?
Yep, just need some water. I'm good.
Sure.
Mostly.
They're thirsty. We're playing Phoenix Wright, you fool.
Gotta extra hydrate. What? Is that true? Understood. I shall convey your words to everyone else, Dr. Young. I properly relayed the autopsy report orally to that child.
What did you do to that child?
Nothing. It seems my granddaughter must have mucked it up when she was writing it down.
Mucked it up. That feels very British. Do you guys say muck things up?
No,
Yeah.
we just say fucked it up.
Wow, she mimicked her voice perfectly.
Yep, I did that for sure.
The Voided Up, thank you for the bit. Oh shit, I said fuck. Oh fuck, I said shit. Oh shit, I said fuck. It keeps going. D. Scott Plays, thank you for following.
There was no need for her to go that far, though. In other words, the contents of the autopsy report had been falsified.
I don't know if muck itself is a British English thing, but like, I know we say
Sounds British.
we say mucking about a lot and mucking things up. I feel like yeah, it's it must be more of a British thing. Wildfire Vivi, thank you for the 10 bits. Good to see you, Vivi. Tell Edgeworth that even though his arse is tight, it doesn't stop the fountain of shit he seems to be spewing. What?
By your head, Miss Jetson, yar.
Oh, D. Scott Plays. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, I. With that, we've proven that the wound on her head came first, followed by her chest wound, followed by the 3-hole punch. Miss Jensen, why did you falsify the autopsy report?
Hold on a second. I don't have a line for that one. She never said she falsified it, you know. She just made a teeny tiny mistake when she wrote it down. Post-mortem and ante-mortem sound kinda similar, you know.
They are complete opposites. That is the very definition of falsification.
Miss Jensen, why would you lie?
Hey. Ouch! I want you to tell me too. Why would you do something like that? Granny, but
This old lady's full of shit.
Because you falsified the autopsy report, Kay fell under suspicion. Tell me why you did it.
I can't say. I just can't say it.
Not I don't want to say, but I can't say.
You're all a bunch of bullies, you know. Ganging up on this poor girl who loves her grandmother so. She is totally unrelated to this. I think we can forgive her for one tiny mistake.
That won't do. Aren't you the one with the most to lose if she testifies?
What are you saying? Issy, as a former prosecutor, you have to speak a little more clearly, you know.
Very well. As you wish, I shall answer clearly. Ms. Jensen played an essential role. She didn't play with anything. She was one of these.
She was an accomplice.
I believe she's an accomplice, yes.
She's no way she's killing people.
Ms.
I mean,
Jensen.
she's not a good nurse.
No.
She did just slap her grandma.
As the song dictated.
Hoo-wee, shut your mouth, slap your grandma.
Yeah.
Ms.
The
Jensen.
prophecy.
And then eventually she's going to run over... No, she's going to get run over by a reindeer.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes.
Miles went hooey, and then shut my mouth, and then she slapped her grandma.
There you go.
Ms. Jensen falsified the autopsy report in order to assist the true culprit.
And Demon, with some great coming full circle here for Edgeworth. Thank you for the 5 bits. You know what this means? Take a look at this motherfucking updated autopsy report. Wait, that's not right.
Ouch!
I forgot which old character I was being.
This girl is an accomplice? What's your basis for that claim?
It was impossible for a single person to commit this crime in the first place.
They had to be in a relationship.
The crime could not have been committed without at least 2 people. Namely because... victim couldn't have been moved.
I think so, yeah. Right?
Well,
It's
they
hard to
brought up the
say.
number of people earlier.
Oh, right, because of the council.
Yeah.
Oh,
So then they probably just had the extra person
Wearing,
stand
like,
in as Phil Crane.
Oh.
Yeah, Karen was probably wearing like a cloak or something.
Yeah. And they didn't need
Oh,
Or
she's in the
they were wearing
picture. She's the one in the picture.
she's the
with
one in the
blood on her
jacket.
hand. Yeah, that must be her. If the conductor was the culprit and the auction guest was the victim, it would contradict the witness's testimony that there were 11 people after the incident.
So they had to have it keep in line with the witness's testimony so everything fell into place and they didn't get questioned on it. Right?
Huh? What? Sorry,
Never mind.
my brain was elsewhere.
You're
What
fine.
now? You got a problem with my testimony? Not at all. Rather, it is because I believe your testimony. That's why an accomplice must exist.
So, you still won't admit that your reasoning is wrong?
Until now, we had not even considered the possibility of an accomplice. However, if there had been an accomplice, it changes the entire story completely. If the accomplice took the murdered auction's guest place, then the number of people remains 11.
I see now. So that's what you're thinking. But you know, wouldn't that have been quickly discovered?
Ms. Jensen and the victim have similar physiques.
All women look the same.
I can't see a difference.
Soupy and I definitely have the exact same silhouette.
100%.
We're even the same height.
I mean, it doesn't matter to Miles Edgeworth.
I mean, in the stream overlay, yeah, you're right. Like, pretty much.
Yeah.
We both smell the same. If she wore
We
the
both have cans of soup for a head.
If she wore the victim's mask, she could have easily taken her place. Ms. Jensen, did you switch places with the victim? Did you switch the order of words in the sentence? Did you play switch victims with the victims?
Miss Jensen, are you a switch? I wouldn't.
Who was the conductor? In other words, tell me who was the true culprit.
I can't. I mean, that would also cause trouble for Granny. Ouch! But Granny, I will accept whatever wrongs you may have done. Just tell me everything.
Granny! Oh, Granny! What the fuck? Now she's hot. As I thought. It appears you.
He's
really
like, I
were the
knew that was
accomplice.
gonna happen.
Yeah, this obviously was gonna go down.
I knew you were Yami Yugi the whole time. Yeah, you really were the accomplice.
Miss Jensen, why?
Miss Jensen, would you please tell us?
Why did that happen? I guess because she was just that upset.
That was her breakdown animation.
Yeah.
Yes. It's okay, Granny. I'm fine now. I switched places with a victim, Miss Crane.
So you admit to being the conductor's accomplice.
Yes. I helped out the conductor. I don't really know why, but for some reason, the conductor was expecting to be attacked by Miss Crane.
The conductor expected an attack from the victim.
I have a feeling that we've only started to uncover the surface of what was actually going on.
Well, we still have at least like 2 parts after this.
Oh, really?
I think it's
Yeah.
just one, maybe.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 6.
Yeah, but I think it was 6. But I think
I think
like
we're only on 4.
no, I don't think we're only on
No,
4.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We did like 2 in the first one.
It's kind of hard to tell sometimes,
Oh.
just because like, we'll do like 2 in one session and then half in another session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so sure it was going to happen that they came up with a plan to counter it.
The Void Adept, thank you for the bit. Granny's hair now has a mild concussion. And Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 5 bits. She's getting blackmailed due to the conductor stealing Granny's strap on.
A way to beat the victim at her own game, and that's when I was called in.
I like that we're now triple teaming Martin. Ninja Warlord.
Yeah,
will just occasionally
Ninja
come in and
Warlord is
fucking
always on it.
Snipe. He's like, hey, Martin, I'm gonna make you say shit. Here's 5 cents.
Yeah,
That's a power move.
That is a power move.
we appreciate you, Ninja Warlord. I was told to wait in the storeroom before the auction began.
Marek is defending me.
Whoa there. You ain't fooling my eyes.
Martin, you got blurry somehow.
Because he put Merrick in front of the camera, probably.
Yeah.
If you were waiting in the storeroom, I reckon I would have bumped into you.
Wildfire Vivi, thank you for redeeming that. Hoo-ha. Hoo-ha.
Ooh-ha.
And Ankoku no Megami, thank you for unleashing the Proto Badger, the bisexual icon. The Azul Magia, thank you for the 5 bits. The case is nearing the end. There's only 1 part left. Yeah. And the Void Adept, thank you for...
You absolutely have to edit the Proto Badger to be holding the bisexual pride flag.
That could be
Okay.
a separate one.
That's true. We could have a bi Proto Badger.
Yeah.
The Void Adept, thank you for the bit. This is why we need a bonk the audience redeem.
Yes.
That's true. I forgot we need to do that.
The economy creates itself.
It's because he's
After
bisexual.
all, I've been up in that storeroom the entire auction.
Right, Yukurika, thank you for reminding us that it's because he's bisexual.
I'm telling the truth.
I wonder about that, you know. Can we really believe a girl? That's it.
There should have been many places to hide in that storeroom.
Then by all means, tell me, where did our little nurse hide?
Voice is getting weird.
Oh, the place in the storeroom where Miss Jensen hid was
The
in
box.
fucking
The
box.
blocks.
This one, right?
Yes.
Proto Badger.
She hid inside this costume trunk.
She hid inside all that junk inside that trunk.
A costume trunk, eh?
Ah! Now that you mention it, that box was already there before I snuck in, and I couldn't hide it because it was already fucking yup. I figured I would hide in there myself, but it was wrapped up nice and tight with a chain.
Rikios, thank you for the 10.
She hid in a box in the second case.
That's true. Rikios, thank you for the 10 bits. What's in the box?
And it was locked too, so I had to give it up. I suspect that when you sneaked, isn't it snuck?
Let's look
You
it up.
snuck into the room.
I think there's both, but I don't know which one is appropriate for what.
Sneaked
context.
is indeed in the dictionary.
Really? Okay. I suspect I personally wouldn't do it because it seems more difficult to enunciate, but what do I know?
Sneak.
I suspect that when you snuck into the room, Miss Jensen was already inside the trunk.
Yeah, let me look at the actual, like...
Sneaked is the past tense of sneak when the verb is treated like a regular verb. Snuck is the past tense of sneak when the verb is treated like an irregular verb. I don't know.
Answer the question at all.
Yeah, now I have extra questions, unfortunately.
Most irregular
Yeah.
verbs become regular over time, but sneak has become irregular, and no other word like sneak follows a similar pattern. Sneak is a
Oh,
difficult
interesting.
word, then.
Yeah, English has some interesting language, and it all comes down to like cultural nuance as well, I think.
Yep.
Like where it originated from.
Sneaked.
Yeah, I already said that.
Yes. It would have been bad if one of the guests from the auction had opened the lid.
Right, Kurika, thank you for the 5 bits. I sneaked through the room. You snuck through the room.
I wonder if the person who translated this was like an ESL person, like maybe they were practicing
Could have been.
English. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't think about that.
Sneaky one that is, says J Mommers.
After instructing me to hide inside, the conductor wrapped a chain around the costume trunk. I think they went downstairs using the lift shortly thereafter. It was right before the auction.
So they had planned this in advance because they thought that the person was going to try and kill them.
So then when the auction began, only you and Miss Hart were in the storeroom.
Yes, that should be right.
Mazza B, thank you for the 5 bits. The nuclear inspector in The Simpsons. I don't remember this, but you're saying the box. I'm sorry, there's too many Simpsons things.
We're not Steve Yurko. You gotta go to Steve Yurko for that.
All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
The auction had been going on as usual, but day more. When a certain participant made the winning bid, the conductor committed the crime! Miss Hart must have heard the altercation that occurred then. You betcha! I was trembling behind that there statue the whole time, though. Following the altercation, Jill Crane was murdered.
Riccio says, if there's only one part left, how long is it and should it be finished today? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know how long.
We still have one more after this.
I mean, that's what, I don't know if I have the energy to go for that long.
I
Yeah.
definitely do not, because I have to write a big PowerPoint presentation and do an audition that's for tomorrow.
That's right. IRL Jordan has given me the setup, so now I know it's the box. The box! There we go. All right.
After killing Jill Crane, the conductor carried her body into the costume trunk. And Miss Jensen, who had been hiding in the trunk, was made to take Miss Crane's place. The victim's body was placed inside the costume trunk. The conductor then took Miss Jensen, who had been made to look like Jill Crane, and returned to the auction hall as if nothing had happened.
I'm still a little bit confused.
Was this roughly what happened in the storeroom during the incident?
Yes, that's right.
Pulling the old switcheroo with one of the auction guests. Ain't that impossible? That gal and the murder victim are two completely different people, you know? Don't you reckon one of the other participants would have noticed and caused a ruckus? No, not at all. They don't give a shit. They're rich.
Larry Dog, hey, it's going pretty good. I hope you're doing okay. The Funkiest Punkiest, thank you for the 25 bits. If in the Americanized official dub, burgers are a replacement for sushi, are tacos still tacos?
Tacos are sushi burritos.
Yes.
Oh. That's a good answer.
The reason they didn't notice the switch was because they're all sexist. She stole the victim's clothes.
Yeah.
Is that right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I would assume.
From
'Cause
what
of
I
the-
can tell,
Yeah.
Miss Jensen and the victim appear to have a similar physique, but
Similar
also
physique.
sexist. Similar physique. Similar physique.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Sometimes I wonder if it was Lotta herself, because this is like the third or fourth crime scene she was at in the entire trilogy. First was the lake, second was the Karine village, and now this. To be fair, she's a
Yeah.
She's
journalist.
actually she's a very crafty serial killer.
Isn't she a journalist, though? So, like, she's got to be
Yeah.
around crime.
Well, vaguely, yeah.
A bona fide journalist.
Mazza B, thank you for the 5 bits. Sorry, I wasn't clear. Sometimes I assume people know what I'm talking about, and that makes an ass. No, Mazza B, I totally
All
should have
good.
known that. No, you're good. Don't worry. I do that kind of stuff to everybody, so you don't worry about it.
We were at dinner with our friend's grandmother, and the friend's fiance references one line that never made it to the actual movie. It was in the trailer for Fight Club. And
No,
it was,
it wasn't
you know,
even in the trailer.
Okay, either way, it doesn't matter. He says, you know, urine is sterile.
You can
And
drink
Martin
it.
immediately fucking knows what it is. But they had this bonding moment talking about urine being sterile at a very fancy dinner with our friend's grandmother. So that was the least asinine moment I've experienced with somebody assuming another something else. So from what I can, yeah, I knew that. Furthermore, there was a rule requiring a mask to be worn during the auction.
Well, hey, at least somebody's requiring that.
Right? Standards. If their clothes were the same, I doubt anyone would have noticed she was a different person.
Yes, I blended right in. I borrowed Miss Crane's clothes and... Ouch! You mustn't embarrass the dead like that. I know. I also thought it was pretty heartless to leave her exposed like that. Just baps out. So when the conductor wasn't looking, I covered her up in the raincoat that was up for auction.
So she was the one who put the red raincoat on the victim.
Oh, right. And so the victim stood up and... Wait.
We
What?
were assuming that was the victim.
Oh, okay. The Azulmagi, thank you for the 5 bits. Look, just because we're breaking the law doesn't mean we can't practice social distancing.
Right? I respect your personal autonomy, just not your life. Or law. And then the auction resumed as if nothing had happened. I reckon I took the picture of her in the raincoat after that. That'd make all the facts line up.
Would it?
After I took the photo, I went over to the lift to sneak a peek down below. I witnessed 11 participants, and then I hightailed it back behind the statue. Don't tell me you were hiding there the entire time until we found you? No, that's... how should I put it? What is it? Did something happen? I didn't mention it before, but after that, I might have dozed off a little. To be more precise, I fainted?
Taking these airs
Something
off.
like that. So something did happen. It ain't no big deal. It's kind of embarrassing to say, though.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Were they following the rules of Star Trek? The person in red most likely gets sacrificed. Yeah, red shirts. They have a bad history.
There was this huge thump sound all of a sudden. Now, I was a little surprised by that. It was right after I had just witnessed a murder, so I was shaking in my boots. My heart sort of tightened up, and I was off to La La Land.
Good movie.
When I woke up, it was already the next day, around the time y'all came by the storeroom. I see. So there was a large sound. Ms. Hart, I take it you do not know what transpired in the storeroom beyond this point? I guess. But after the auction, all the masks were properly returned. So I reckon the participants had exited through the storeroom just like I done said. Ms. Jensen, what were your actions after the auction resumed?
Took the victim's place and participated in the auction. The conductor instructed me to win the bid for the costume trunk. Because the body was inside it.
Volcanic, thank you for the 10 bits. Just came back. Is Lotta being the queen of the Karens again?
No, Karen's being queen of
Karen.
It would have been bad if another auction guest won the bid for it.
You didn't realize the box was empty.
No, we only found out when I came up to the storeroom to pay the bill.
And somehow Kay gets involved in all of this, and we've not really sussed how that went down.
The conductor was with me and told me to go search for her immediately. And then, I found another girl collapsed in front of the ladder.
Hey.
Yes, she probably fell down from the roof and lost consciousness.
Maybe the victim left the hatch open when she went up to the rooftop. I understand now. Kay looked surprised at seeing the collapsed victim and did not notice the open hatch. She must have missed her footing and fell down into the storeroom.
That's so. I was gonna say, how did she survive being thrown off the edge of a tall building? Okay.
Miss Hart, I have determined the sound that made you faint.
Maz,
Yeah, I was just kind of sitting here like, I'll just let them believe she fell off a 50-story building.
Oh man. Mazabi, thank you for the 5 bits. Lotta would definitely be the type to say masks are against her freedoms, America style. And Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Kay probably saw a bunch of stuff to steal. Probably.
It was likely the sound of Kay falling into the storeroom floor. That might have been it. So I reckon it'd be kind of pathetic to faint over something like that.
It's really weird because that implies that Kay did all that silently. Like, she wasn't screaming. She didn't go like, ah! She just sort of went... Thunk.
When Miss Jensen found the unconscious Kay, Miss Hart was also unconscious behind the statue. The situation is becoming clearer to me. Miss Jensen, please continue your story.
After I found Kay and the victim, I put them both in the trunk. If the customers at the auction found out, there would have been a huge commotion.
Kay was just in the trunk with like a body.
Yep, that sucks.
Was this an order from the conductor as well?
Yes, it was. But since I secretly decided to put the raincoat on Miss Crane, I had to dispose of the raincoat without the conductor noticing.
I'm not sure why Just Ellie bonked you, Soupy, but you got bonked.
I probably deserved it at some point.
I gotta keep you in your place. So the conductor didn't anticipate the raincoat becoming another piece of evidence.
Stolas, thank you for the hoo-ha.
And finally... Bless you. We dressed Miss Crane in a spare conductor's outfit.
I see. In doing so, you made the victim appear as if she was the conductor.
In the end, the auction ended without anyone noticing anything.
Matza.
Miss Jensen, your crimes have become clear.
Cat is meowing about something. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Now I am picturing the auction going on and Kay suddenly falls in from the ceiling. Like a scene from The Naked Gun or some police comedy. Or from Malignant. If anybody's seen that.
Have not.
If you know anything else, please hold nothing back.
Did you watch Malignant with me? You did, didn't you, Marin?
I don't remember.
You watched the ending at the very least.
I did watch the ending. That's the one with the twin, right?
Spoilers.
I mean,
it's not the one with the twin?
well, it doesn't, like, say anything else.
No, it doesn't.
There is more than just that.
I want to help you more, but that's all that I know. If I had to say, there's just one thing that bothers me. Why is your hand huge?
Because I'm gay.
Old lady's like, I'm gonna fucking take that head on.
She's like, I'm not scared! When I took Miss Crane's place, I borrowed her clothes. But there was no way for me to borrow her hair. Ouch!
That was an off-screen bonk.
That's implied bonk. What kind of coroner's assistant goes around stealing a corpse's hair?
Softcore bonk. I would... oh, God.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I needed to do a big stretch.
Oh, right.
I would think that robbing the deceased of their clothes would be questionable enough.
Both the color and the length of our hair is different, so I was worried about how to disguise it.
Oh yeah, Mazabi, it was a great comeback for Mary Kate. and Ashley. You should definitely watch it. If you love Mary Kate and Ashley, you should watch Malignant.
However, the conductor even had a wig prepared for me. In fact, he had 2 of them.
2 wigs.
2 wigs. Inside the costume trunk, there was both a straight wig and a wavy wig.
2 wigs. Why were there 2?
Who knows? Maybe it was a precaution in case the victim had changed her hairstyle.
Huh?
I ended up using the straight wig to match Miss Crane's hair.
Where's the other wig?
That means the wavy wig was left unused.
It's
I probably
late in the
figured
game
it
to
out.
be introducing the concept of multiple wigs.
I need a new style.
Karen's testimony jotted down on my organizer. Karen's testimony on when she switched places with the victim. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. So is that the Corona's side business in this game, selling wigs?
Definitely. Maybe it was supposed to be just in case they needed a replacement for Kay as well. Her hair's wavy, isn't it?
Yeah?
I don't remember.
I thought it was kind of straight.
I think it's wavy-ish.
Wavy-ish now, I think.
It's like, cause yeah, maybe yeah. Is that really all you know?
Let me look at this. The conductor prepared wigs so that Jill Crane could be impersonated. For some reason, there was both a straight wig and a wavy wig. But since Miss Crane's hair is straight, the wavy wig was left unused.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that's really all I know.
Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 5 bits. I bet you the wig is for Lotta. I don't think
I don't think anybody expected Lotta, though.
Nobody ever expects Lotta.
Lotta's hair is not wavy.
Yeah.
So that means you don't know who the conductor is.
Volcanic Ash Soap, thank you for the 10 bits. Gamer Elmer Fudd already introduced the concept of multiple wigs for a premium on eBay. He's quite the computer expert. Too bad he got into scalping PlayStation 5s.
Exploit.
I'm sorry, I only knew that person as the auction conductor.
Oh, because of the masks and the voice changer, right?
Yeah. I never saw that person without a mask on. The conductor seemed to be on guard towards everybody.
Blaze
Okay.
has wavy hair.
Hang on, yeah. So, I feel like there's been a lot revealed and I've just not quite ingested everything. So, what happened was, they thought someone was going to try and kill Jill Crane?
No, I think it was the conductor expected to be attacked by Jill Crane.
By Jill Crane. Okay, that's the
I
detail
believe
that I
so.
keep missing, which means that
There was some sort of revenge element. So maybe like she was gonna take her revenge on the conductor.
that's just it.
and
Though,
that's why
like,
she got
Yeah.
killed.
I'm trying to think.
There was
what...
that letter.
Right.
Yeah.
Dear Kay, I promise that I'll get it back to you, your most precious memory. Is that... No, that's not it. It's the one where it's like, get revenge.
Did it not have two?
Oh, the blood
Pages?
there, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you so much for helping with my plan to Miss Crane. I'm glad that we can help each other get what we want. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Please get revenge for 12 years ago, Kay. So I'm trying to suss what exactly caused them to think that someone was going to kill the conductor, and the only way it could really... Blaze is the conductor, right? I think is the assumption, or...
I believe so.
Yeah. And Kokono Megami, thank you for the 5 bits. Nobody expects the Lotta Inquisition. And Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Are we sure Lotta was not taking pictures during when the auction was going on? I mean, she was hidden. Wouldn't they see the flashes from a camera? I don't think she was taking pictures. I think she only took the 1 picture, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think they would have said it by now.
And you can turn the flash off.
Yeah.
At this rate.
Edgeworth, is that all you've got? Even if that little nurse is an accomplice, it changes absolutely nothing, you know?
Maz and
You know-
Cody... go on.
I just want to point out,
Go on.
you know, as a professional localizer, there are things that we can do with lines like "at this rate," right? You know, we can just leave them alone because they're short little exclamations. But do Americans really say "at this rate"? Not really, right? I'm just saying "oh shit no" is the same amount of syllables. Why wouldn't you do that?
It's funny
Just
because
a little flavor.
when we were watching the Death Note live action dub movie, one of the first lines is like, "Oh shit, oh fuck," and Marin was like, "Yeah, we could swear now. Yeah, we're so adult." And now you're like, you could have said "oh shit" instead of "at this rate, Phoenix Wright at game."
I mean, my
There could be
criticism
more
of the Death
swearing.
Note movie isn't wrong, is it?
No.
One does not contradict the other.
No, I just think it's funny to see that sometimes you want more swearing and sometimes you want less swearing.
Yeah, it all depends on like what I'm working on. There's a lot of context I consider when I sit down and work on each project individually.
And Miles Edgeworth should say fuck.
There you go.
Yeah, that would
That's
be funny.
valid. That's
the
valid.
joke.
Maz and Cody, I have not seen the new Sonic movie. Sorry.
I want to.
Yeah, I would like to. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. Maybe the bull was a symbol of how much baloney this case has in it.
It accomplishes absolutely nothing, changes absolutely nothing. In the end, the true culprit is still Kay Faraday. All you did was add another criminal, you know? The rule of law cannot be overturned, at least not for your sake.
No, my hentai. I thought you already burned that.
Yes.
Hentai
Oh,
too.
are you in my brain now? Is this as far as I go? Am I unable to save Kay?
The Azulmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. This is a non sequitur, but the weather app on my desktop keeps saying today is fire weather. And for some weird reason, I half expected to look outside and see fireballs raining from the sky.
No, they mean if you go out, you look fire.
Oh,
I should go back and find those photos of my backyard when it looked like the entire sky was on fire a
Oh,
couple of years
God.
ago.
Oh yeah.
all right.
Franziska, why are you here? Bitch! Didn't I tell you, Miles Edge? Oh god, it's me again. Fuck. Wherever there is a case, I will follow.
Prosecutor Von Karma, your hard work is most appreciated.
She's bowing to me. Ooh. However, don't get the wrong idea. I only came here to find out the truth behind what happened to Kay Faraday. I don't plan on forgiving you for abandoning the prosecutor's path.
The title of the game. What are we, some kind of prosecutor's path?
Yeah, okay. I get it. It's the title of the game. I
Yokai.
You should thank your former subordinate. He kept crying until I got you your job back. He gave me some valuable information in which He gave me some valuable information which may
Don't
save.
eat the
Don't
information.
eat it!
You're always yelling at me. Detective Gumshoe did.
He did.
Listen well, Miles Edgeworth. This will be the final piece of evidence. Jill Crane suffered the wound on her head first.
Okay.
Well, someone say something.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. You're out of your element. You just wander in like a child in the middle of the movie.
Well, I hate to say it, but we already proved that. Already proved. Yeah, well, just a few minutes ago. Ah!
What?
You should have told me sooner.
Edgeworth don't tell women things.
I don't talk to women, it's true. You're the one who barged in here and started running your woman mouth. You novice bimbo.
We got
Well
character
then.
regression.
We all have those moments. It's his sister, he's allowed. Well then, does that mean you found out what the murder weapon was already? No, not yet.
You got a great
Is
butt.
that so? In that case, open your fucking ears, bitch!
Redbeard Elite, thank you for resubscribing for 15 months there. Hi, son. Are you winning, son?
Are you winning the ace attorney?
I'm the one playing
Was struck on the head with a blunt cylindrical object.
with a blunt. Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. I love the awkward silence there for a minute. That was funny.
The wound on her chest was suffered post-mortem. Post-mortem. A cylindrical murder weapon.
That's the 3-hole punch.
Yeah.
You know, this report of yours, I trust it's accurate, of course.
These were the results of 2 independent autopsies carried out by 2 respected doctors.
Jesus.
That's reassuring, but it's too bad. You have no right to...
Shut the fuck up! Interpol is after the black market auctions, and I'm the prosecutor in charge of that investigation. The victim participated in the auction. Therefore, it is only natural for me to investigate, bitch. Especially now that she's been murdered.
I see, I see. Clever girl, little Von Karma.
Then it has been settled. The victim died from blunt force trauma to the head. She did a whole marijuana.
Oh
She died
no.
from a blunt.
Death by weed.
That blunt went right to her head.
Autopsy
She
report
died.
updated.
And she died.
Cause of death,
She just
blunt.
died. Unfortunately, I do not smoke a weed, and the murder weapon is yet to be found.
That is unfortunate. You would chill the fuck out, Francisca, if
Yeah,
you did.
babe. Have you thought about starting?
All the time. It's not Germany.
Demon Blade, thank you for unleashing the Proto Badger. Derek
That's what
Anthony,
happened.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. I would love to see her whip blaze. That would
Yeah.
be a very wet whip.
Ugh.
Just squelch, squelch.
Hoo-ha! Hoo-ha!
Just knowing the shape of the murder weapon gives me an idea as to what it might be.
Thank you for redeeming the hoo-ha, Avoid Adept.
Oi, oi! In my investigation, we didn't find any other murder weapon. We didn't find anything, you know?
Duskbringer, thank you for the 10 bits. Plot twist murder weapon is a certain statue from first game. There's no cylindrical situation on that, thinker.
If you consider the conductor's possessions and the crime scene, the answer should be clear.
Oh, they took the bowl. They took the one part of bowl and stabbed someone. No?
We're just making stuff
We're
up
talking
now.
about blunt force trauma, aren't we?
Oh, right.
Blech.
Well, you can't spell blunt without bolt. The funkiest punkiest, thank you for the 25 bits. Bolt. The bolt. Can you believe Sora's shoes are normal sized in Kingdom Hearts 4? What kind of crime is this?
That's not okay.
It's,
We already talked about this, actually.
we did talk about
Yeah.
it. It's worth bringing up again. My first reaction to that whole thing was like, well, they've taken everything that I care about out of Kingdom Hearts, the fun colors and everything looking like Disney. And somebody replied being like, it's just for this world. And I'm like, it's what they're showing me. So I'm
I
reacting
saw
to
that
what I'm
person's
looking at.
comment, and also I feel like that's bullshit.
I mean, I'm
What?
sure there will be other worlds to explore. Like, I'm not saying that, but I do think that the fact that they showed us that means that it's probably what Sora will look like by default.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too.
That's my feeling.
But,
Like, it would be weird if they
I-
showed us, like, specifically one world Sora from a later
Yeah.
part of the game that doesn't reflect on his main appearance. The Azul Magia, thank you for the 5 bits. Well, the Thinker was in the first case. That's right. Fell out of the plane thing. And Ninja Warlord, thank you for the 50 bits. The murder weapon is Grant. Granny's strap on. I'm not going to sell you on Kingdom Hearts Volcanic. If you like
I
playing...
can't even sell myself on Kingdom
No.
Hearts.
Yeah, why the fuck am I gonna waste my time
Do you
on
like
that? I
Disney
don't like
movies?
it.
Have you ever wanted to be in the Disney location from the movie and then sometimes fight people from the Disney movies?
Yeah.
Here's-
Have you ever
okay, hang on.
wanted to not understand anything that's happening at any point?
Have you ever been 18 to 25 and kind of like anime and Disney?
Have you written fan fiction?
Ever?
Have you ever looked at a Final Fantasy character and been like, they're all right?
Have you ever looked at
Have you-
Squall from Final Fantasy VIII and was like, what if he's
I
called
wish-
something else?
Yeah. Have you ever looked at a Final Fantasy character and been like, I wish I could see a worse version of this character?
Have you ever licked a lamppost in winter?
Have you ever watched a Disney movie and was like, what if it went slightly differently and was less exciting?
With Haley Joel Osment.
Have you ever played a game and then been like, I wish there were a dozen sequels that weren't on the same console, and also it required me to play a phone game?
Have you ever played a Tetsuya Nomura game and been like, oh yeah, more of this? I haven't.
Have you ever wanted Squall and Cloud to kiss?
If you want Squall and Cloud to kiss, definitely play Kingdom Hearts.
Did you like the
What?
sexualized versions of the Final Fantasy X characters from Final Fantasy X-2? What if they were tiny little fairies that were like children now?
Yeah. Would you like to play a game where everything that's happening, you just think, well, that's a bizarre choice?
I
You
was
like hitting X?
I was in the elevator with Bruce Boxleitner once, who was the voice of Tron in Kingdom Hearts 2, and I was like, what was it like doing that? And he was like, didn't have a fucking idea what was going on. And I was like, that's about right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotta make it up, Bruce.
All right. What the
An
blunts?
auction gavel.
It's definitely the auction gavel because they've talked too much about this. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Volcanic.
It was something the conductor had in their hand during the auction. Tisk tisk.
Two phone games, bloody hell.
Yeah, apparently that's where, like, what I had seen someone say earlier is that I guess people were, before, like, saying that some of the characters from the cell phone games were, I guess, not relevant. So I guess a lot of people didn't play the cell phone games. And then the girl who showed up in the trailer today was apparently from one of them.
I don't know.
Oh.
When I saw her, and I saw people being excited over her, I was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, I didn't get it at all, but I
was like,
also
this-
hate her design.
It's like being a person who has like a lot of like mutual followers who are into Kingdom Hearts and will like post random characters and like I get a vague idea of who they are. That was the first time I've ever seen this character.
Oh.
And apparently she's just been existing.
The Azul Mangi, thank you for the 5 bits. Reminder that the way to understand Kingdom Hearts canon before the remakes was a PS2 game, bonus scenes from a Japanese-only PS2 game, a GBA game, updated bonus scenes from a Japanese-only remake of that game, another PS2 game, more bonus scenes from a Japanese-only remake of that game, a DS game, a PSP game, a Japanese-only mobile game, a 3DS game, 2 more mobile games, a PS3 game, and a Switch rhythm game.
And a hotel room in Japan.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Before the
I
remake.
guess we can't really talk, you know, because there are like 8 to 10
No.
games that we're playing right now. But also, it's Ace Attorney 1, Ace Attorney 2,
Ace Attorney
3.
is so linear though.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
The thing about Ace Attorney is that all of this, like, there's only one Miles Edgeworth. There's only one character who looks like Miles Edgeworth.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, you can pick up Ace Attorney 3 and something will happen. It'll be like, oh yes, that's that person, and this is what happened
Yeah.
with that person, and that's what's going on now. Kingdom Hearts is like, fucking figure it out.
It's like if someone sees a picture of Miles Edgeworth from like one of the spin-offs, and they're like, oh hey, it's Miles Edgeworth. Nobody is like, actually, that's not Miles Edgeworth.
That's Miles
That's
Edgeworth's
McSoul
shadow persona.
Edgeworth.
He looks like Miles Edgeworth, but he's not Miles Edgeworth.
That's Miles Edgeworth's shadow persona, who was developed after the previous iteration of Miles Edgeworth went and had a horrible lab experiment.
The reason he's wearing
Yeah.
those eyeglasses is because he spent too much time in the darkness. Rock Rulin, thank you for the 10 bits. Can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 4 to come out in 27 years after 36 spin-offs
Yeah.
and prequels. And Yami
Yes,
Kas-
I want everyone to know I bought a PlayStation 3 in preparation for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh no.
Back in the
Yeah, yeah, that was one of the pros. That,
And you know
that
what?
You sold your stuff on it, yeah.
And I'm never gonna get over that.
Yami
I'm gonna hold a
Kasara,
grudge for the rest of my life.
I bought an Xbox 360 for Mass Effect, but that actually did come out on the Xbox 360, so Yami
Must be
Kasara.
Must be nice.
Thank you for the 5 bits, Yami Kasara. One day they'll put Kingdom Hearts lore in Fortnite. Probably. And the Azul Magia, thank you for the... It's perfect, because the Keyblade is a great pickaxe.
Yeah,
put
you can
Sora
pay for a
in.
character who looks like Riku and is Riku, and then you can pay for a separate character who looks like Riku but isn't Riku.
know who looks like Tom Holland.
Perfect.
They've had 2 Tom Holland
Oh my
characters.
God.
Oh God.
Spider-Man, and then they have comic book Spider-Man.
The Azulmagi.
Namely an-
I'm going to get through these
Go
bit
ahead.
messages real quick so
Yeah.
we can get through this. The Azulmagi, thank you for the 5 bits. There is literally a scene in Kingdom Hearts 3 of one of the characters complaining that the lore is too complicated before Jiminy Cricket just sends him a Wikipedia article explaining the plot. Literally?
Great.
And Duskbringer, thank you for the 10 bits. This is just hopeful thinking, but I do wish there was Gravity Falls map in Kingdom Hearts 4 just for the world's most evil Dorito. I know who you're talking about. And Demon Cross, thank you for the 5 bits. What do you mean, Miles? That's actually Slicksum. Oh! Shin Dragoon,
Oh
thank...
no. Phoenix already has an X in his name.
Oh, shit.
Oh fuck.
Shin
Who
Dragoon,
is his somebody?
Shin Dragoon, thank you for following.
Hold
And
on.
8-bit Mickey, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Just wanted to let you all know it was my cat's birthday yesterday. Love you guys. Oh, shout out to 8-bit Mickey.
Aw.
How you doing,
Happy
Mickey?
birthday to your cat from
Hope you're
yesterday.
feeling good.
You were playing Chillaxian, which sounds like you were chillaxing. And Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. This is my personal opinion, but Kingdom Hearts ruined the Final Fantasy characters. Just like
Yep.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 ruined some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! characters. Kite Tenjo changed his personality completely.
Throwing some shade.
We could just take an X out of Phoenix's name and he could just be Feeny. And then
Feeny.
when he becomes a nobody, they're just like, we'll just put an X on the end.
Oh, he swallowed the fucking
That
thing
explains-
when his heart broken and he turned into Phoenix.
Yeah. Dahlia is the Ansem of Phoenix Wright.
An auction guy.
Xehanort.
We didn't find anything like that.
I was like, not Ansem, because that wasn't Ansem. In my head, I was like, wait, hang on. The Ansem we met in Kingdom Hearts 1 was not Ansem.
See?
No, it was man
See?
sex.
If the culprit is the conductor, it is possible that the gavel may be the murder weapon.
I do love that
Hoo-ha.
you can rearrange Ansem's nobody named him man
Hoo-ha.
sex. That's my #1 favorite Kingdom Hearts fact.
8-bit Mickey, thank you for the hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
However, that alone is not reason enough, wouldn't you agree?
Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha. Of course, I have proof to back it up. Of course. This piece of evidence proves that the murder weapon is an auction gavel.
The autopsy?
I would assume so.
I would guess so.
Wait,
What is Karen's testimony?
damn it. Karen's testimony was about the wigs.
The wig.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then let's do the autopsy report, the picture of her.
It's gotta be, right?
Oh, I guess not.
Oh.
Only one cylinder exists.
Take a look at this piece of evidence. It's the only one I got.
Da-da-da-da.
This proves that the murder weapon is the auction gavel. You stupid bitch. Miles Edgeworth, I don't know what you're trying to say. But if you don't want to fall prey to my whip, then stop spouting that nonsense. You stupid bastard. Nagu.
Nagu?
But you already hit me.
Oh, I forgot. We have to give the judge. I always forget.
Oh, the
that.
judge.
Oh yeah.
Give him
He's
that.
thirsty. He's like, I haven't drank in years. I'm not. They're keeping me in a room for this game.
We even had a little flashback to him today. All right. So what are we doing?
Wasn't there something different after the gavel had been used as a murder weapon? I should take another look at the evidence.
It's it.
What about the bull? Is there something in the sound clip, maybe, or?
Well, Lotta said something about.
Yeah.
Oh, the gavel, right? The knock, knock, knock.
Yeah.
So that was when it happened. So Lotta's testimony.
Does it say that? Did she update it?
That's
Maybe.
parents. Yeah, it did. It did
It
update
did.
Lotta's testimony.
The sound of the gavel was not
There we
heard
go.
afterwards. There we go.
I thought it was covering up gunshots, but in fact, according to Ms. Hart's testimony after the victim had been murdered, it seems she suddenly stopped hearing the sound of the gavel during the auction. It's funny because when that moment happened, I'm gonna go on a tangent just because we're playing Disco Elysium right now.
Yes.
But you know, we were talking about Inland Empire and what it is versus logic and what it is, and like there was that moment where the Inland Empire kicked in, was like,
This
"Oh,
coffee."
what if? And then yeah, but what if? And then the logic was like, no. And so then, but Inland Empire in that moment was, but what if? And
Yeah.
then logic was like, no.
No.
And now it's, but what if? It seems she suddenly stopped hearing the sound of the gavel. However, she had been able to hear it up until then. Why was that, you ask? It was because it had been used as the murder weapon and was covered in the victim's blood. It became necessary to dispose of it, isn't that right? Blaze the best! The best! He's the best blazer.
Ooh.
I'll have a search for the word weapon.
The word mappin'.
Not the word mappin'.
8-Bit Mickey, I hope Kingdom Hearts 4 adds Disney movies that aren't popular like Million Dollar Duck. Honestly, this whole thing will be
Treasure
saved.
Planet.
Huh?
Treasure Planet.
That would be great. This whole thing will be saved if they've made Sora look realistic enough so that he will blend in with the live-action High School Musical footage that they use for the High School Musical stage.
Oh my god, what if like there was like instead of like piloting the gummy ship, you could fucking pilot like the Jolly Roger or
Oh.
the solar vessel from Treasure Planet? That would be really cool.
But then they would have to take out the thing that I love most, the gummy ship.
I don't want to spoil
well, maybe
anything.
It could be like a thing, but
I don't want to spoil anything, but people have noticed a certain Star Wars related thing in the trailer.
Well, good luck with that, you know.
Of course, that could just be misleading, but it definitely, to me, looked like a Star Wars thing.
wait, what? Treasure Planets and Dream Drop Distance? Because I actually that was the only Kingdom Hearts game I really wanted to play.
It was
So
supposed to be, they said.
Well, but Hunchback is in it.
Yeah. Hunchback is
really?
in the 3DS game.
Catholicism
Dream Drop
exists in the Kingdom Hearts universe?
Well, on one of the
What?
planets that he visits, yes.
Derek Anthony, thank you for the 10 bits. How are they going to make Sora fit in with the Lion King? Well, they already did. He's been there
Yeah,
I
like
already did that.
twice.
My friend, you should play Kingdom Hearts too.
Yeah.
You've got to work as hard as you can when you're young, you see.
He was a little baby lion. He's completely confident. He was a baby furry. He's completely confident that we won't find.
He was changed after that.
Swim away, we'll dance and we'll sway.
I was changed after that. I love that. That's my favorite thing is the Atlantica. Make them sing.
Well then, while the search for the murder weapon continues, I hereby call for a brief recess.
Recess, woo! The Azalmaga, thing of the 5 bits, they axed all religious references in the Hunchback world, which is
Oh,
a
that's
choice
fucked up.
It
that
might
someone made
be
intentionally.
because I don't know if I assume
That's
the
weird,
Japanese
'cause
studio developed it.
They loved religious imagery over there, usually.
Yeah, but it's
Probably not in
Catholicism,
Kingdom
it's-
Hearts specifically.
Right,
They like the pictures of religion, but like
yeah.
unless it's like because it's more about the power that Catholicism had over the region, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
The Void Adept, thank you for the bit. Kingdom Hearts 4 plot twist is actually set in Yokohama, and Sora is going to be fighting Ichiban Kasuga for the most dominant hairstyle. Did you say this? Oh, you said this.
Yes.
The recess. Oh,
Maybe it's San Francisco.
that would be great.
Yeah.
Has Big Hero 6 been in Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, the last
Has
one.
it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts
Kingdom
4,
Hearts
right. 3.
No, Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah.
Jumping ahead. All
This is
right.
just Kingdom Hearts 4 2 remix or something.
It's gonna
The
be.
real one.
How many spin-offs will
Duh.
they fit in between?
Yeah. Kingdom
3 and
Hearts
4.
4.5.
All right. Are we stopping?
hood.
Are we stopping?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty
definitely.
good. Sorry, we were very distracted from the game today, guys, but we were happy. We've been celebrating because of
Yeah.
it being a year. I think it was a valid stream to goof around in.
Of all the times.
Of all the times. Eric Kios, thank you for the 10 bits. Edgeworth, I say you're keeping the murder weapon up your butt because there is a little literal stick up there. Yeah.
He's one to talk.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to not just those of you who have been following since we started playing Ace Attorney, which is a fair few of you. So a lot of you have been around for a good year watching us do this. But thank you. Thank you to all of those of you who have joined more recently, and even some of you probably joined today for the first time. So thank you to those of you who have come by to watch us play. This was, I hope you enjoyed it. I unlocked a Twitch achievement while we were streaming.
Oh, really?
What did I get? The Empire business. I've streamed for 1,000 hours. This doesn't seem right.
Wow.
Nice.
I must have streamed for 1,000 hours already. Is that right?
Wow, we
Okay.
got 2 big milestones.
Yeah, 1,000 hours. The more you stream, the more often viewers can tune in. Take a break whenever you need to. Well, thank you for the advice, Twitch. All right. See who
They're
else
like,
is.
but not too long of a break.
Yeah, you gotta come back. All right, let's see who we can raid. But yeah, we'll come back again on Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. And we'll try and finish this section. And, yeah, I don't think there's anything else to keep in mind, is there? And then, Marin, you have your big town hall on Wednesday night.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. But watch Our Flag Means Death and watch
Yeah.
Fanfare of Adolescence. We're going to be watching it every Saturday, so we can talk about it on Sundays, maybe.
Not me,
Yeah.
but... Ryu
no, not you, but
Karika.
me and Soupy.
Ryu Karika, thank you for the 5 bits. It's been fun. Love you all. Take care. Have a great night. See you all next time. Bye. Let's see who we can raid. I think we should raid Volcanic. Here we go. He is streaming Master Duel. So let's raid Volcanic. Member of the chat. Obviously a frequent stream chat member. Okay. We'll be back again on Wednesday, where we'll be playing more of this. We'll try and bring this case to a close. The Azulmagia, thank you for the 5 bits. I would forgive everything if Tetsuya Nomura was a super boss in Kingdom Hearts and Sora was just tired of his cryptic nonsense. Given how meta...
Magia needs to get a game writing job.
Given how meta his writings tends to get, it could happen. Marin, was there anything you want to say to the chat before we pop off here?
Watch gay pirates, watch gay horses, and yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, I want people to watch it. I want it to be successful so that we justify the existence of this media, and it's good media. Well, I can't speak for horses, but I'm sure it's fine.
I was going to say, we don't know about the horses. And Soupy, was there anything you wanted to say before we headed off?
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for joining us for a whole ass year.
A whole ass
Big
year.
year.
Thank you so much for being with us for a year, guys. And I mean that to all of you, every single one of you.
Yeah.
You know what? I know that I said
We don't have
that
much
when
we don't have
people-
time.
Okay, well, let me finish my sentence. When people subscribe, we add an inch to their ass. But if you're here right now, I'm going to give you 12 free inches just for being here for a year. Thanks
Yeah.
so much, guys. Give yourself a good squeeze. Hopefully it's not cake.
All right, guys. Thank you. Hopefully it's not. All right, guys. We're 9 seconds away. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Take care. All right.